Hey everyone, so welcome back to stream. So, yeah, yesterday obviously didn't turn out as great as I was hoping. Could have been a lot better. Back here, yet again, another day of shiny hunting, hopefully with better results, but honestly, there's no way to really know. I wish that something could have gone better and that it would have been like, actually, something would have went right. We wouldn't have like failed to get the shiny just because of the fact that I ran out of time for my goal I wanted to do, which was getting it in 2019. That still really stings. I even managed to like sit down and like hatch all the eggs that I gathered. I mean, I've got some now, but those are like new eggs that I collected specifically for the sake of the shiny hunt. I don't know. It's not easy going through this shiny hunt since last month, and in like, I don't know, like 3 days, not counting today, it'll end up surpassing one whole month. I would rather that not happen. I really, really want to make sure this hunt ends. I don't know what to feel right now, like, honestly. I know people have done, like, more encounters, but the way I've streamed it, I'm not able to, like, always handle, like, a good 10-hour session or so. Like, I think I could probably stream that long and actually hang in there, but I haven't really had the urge to attempt it, and yesterday was a matter of me saying I'd stop at 12 o'clock midnight when it struck New Year's, so just keeping my word. Unfortunately, that proved to go nowhere. Even hatching all the eggs and maybe a few others. I'm not actually sure if I had any extras or not, actually. I mean, I guess the upside is that naturally there's still plenty of opportunity for things to go better this year. Plenty of opportunity for, like, new stuff, play new games, do more of these hunts, hopefully, and actually achieve some of my goals. I don't know. It's not how I wanted to close the year out, I'll put it that way. My original plan was to sit down and, like, finish off a lot of the games I was already playing, like Dragon Quest and also Mega Man Legends. While I gave Mega Man Legends a little bit of extra time before, I still feel like I didn't give it enough time because of the grinding for money I had to do. God, I'm gonna need like a bit of a short break once I get this thing finally. I've kind of wore myself out chasing after the shiny, to the point where I don't think I'm gonna be able to like stream it right away again anytime soon, and even then, I mean, I think I'm just gonna need a little bit of time to myself. Like, it's not like I want to keep taking breaks, but this is like really, really overwhelming and like it's proving to be excruciating going through this shiny hunt. I'm not gonna lie. Just the amount of sheer encounters, the amount of time I've wasted. I would be so much happier if I could have like been done earlier and continued with my stuff. The only reason I'm still doing this is because I feel like this is probably the best way to get this out of the way and over, is to just keep going and trying. But the thing is, this is like a thing I've talked about before. I think it's not related to Pokemon in general, just like any game, really. I don't like playing, like, a lot of games, like, over and over and, like, multiple days in a row. I like having variety, and this has gone on a lot longer than that. It's literally in the title of the stream. I mean, well, of the stream, but, like, it's written right there. Regardless, just doing a shiny hunt. hope it's somewhat enjoyable. It's not been the most enjoyable for me, I'll put it that way. There's not been a lot that I can think of that's, like, noteworthy to talk about that happened, like, as of today just yet. I was looking around, just checking for, like, seeing if anything new had cropped up when I was, like, checking mostly just game news, and all I'd saw were just, like, a bunch of posts since I was, like, searching Nintendo subreddits for a little bit, and it was about just a bunch of, like, different Happy New Year's things they made with several of their franchises. Like, there was a Mario one, a Fire Emblem one, and I forget what the other one was. I'm sure there was another one. It's not really a big deal, though. I already talked about how there's supposedly going to be Shin Megami Tensei news soon. Never really played one, so I don't really know what to expect. I mean, I'd like to check that out when it comes out and see if it's any good. Maybe it'll be pretty fun. Heard the series is, like, infamously difficult, though. Aside from that, all I remember really was, like, seeing some stupid post on Reddit. I don't know if it was supposed to be a shit post or not, but it was from Hideki Kamiya. I think it's how you say it. Like I said, it's before when I've said that name, it's very difficult to pronounce. It was basically criticizing the Switch home menu, saying it looked really ugly, and I found that a little funny. I couldn't tell if it was meant to be like a sarcastic take or serious. To be honest, like, I kind of agree, like, to an extent. I don't really think it looks amazing. It looks alright. I think how the Wii U and 3DS had it set up was, like, honestly better. What's in the grass? Is that a Joltik? Oh, that's a Yamper. I couldn't tell. I wasn't getting a good look at it. The grass kind of obscured all its features. Like I said, and actually, yeah, I agree with him. I was gonna say, but also on the matter that, like, since I got sidetracked, at least with the Wii U, my big complaint regarding the menu was, like, how slow and a little bit on the unresponsive side the OS could feel sometimes. Like, not really unresponsive, but it took a while until they, like, boosted it with updates. So, yeah, I can sort of see that being the case. Even 3DS wasn't the fastest. It would load, like, a lot of stuff, but it took a little while. Don't get me wrong, though. I do like the option to, like, jump in and, like, actually start up a game right away, but there's really just a matter that, like, I honestly think I would prefer to have easier access to, like, all my games at once, where I can see most of them. I liked that more on the 3DS and Wii. It was nice having, like, an option to see them all, instead of having to pull open a tab and, like, check for them. I don't really like that feature of the Switch as much, honestly. I'm gonna, like, just look at something really fast. Might play some music sooner today, I don't know. I'm thinking about, like, putting on a little bit of custom music, maybe, like I've done on other sessions. Let's see. Okay, so there was something else that I kind of wanted to bring up, and it's not really huge. It's a little bit noteworthy. It's probably nothing to. There was a post, actually, that I haven't talked about yet. That's going to wait a little bit on Reddit. And it was basically someone posting, like, a thing from GameStop that had, like, SKUs on it. The thing that made me think that it's probably not, like, meant to be representative, like a future direct or anything, makes me think. Actually, the thing that makes me think that is, like, that there was, like, when the date was listed, it said 12/31/2019, even though it was, like, around a bunch of 2020 games. It made me think maybe they're old SKUs. I don't know. I don't know how their system sorts those things, but that's what it sounded like to me. especially just like looking at the picture. From what I'd read in the comments section, I remember reading somebody saying that like, oh no, those SKUs for that GameStop's had have been sitting around in their system for like since the Game Awards happened, so yeah. Honestly though, even if it isn't meant to represent anything, I hope we get a direct soon. It's been plenty long. We need some game announcements. Just a little bit. I don't think we need to like announce a billion new first party titles, but getting more announcements than what we've got, at least like 2 to 3. Excuse me. Ooh, I'm feeling a little funny the last 2 days. But yeah, more game announcements. Even if it's just like Switch ports, honestly, would be better than nothing. I mean, we'll probably save a lot of it for E3 though, so I'm guessing. But I feel like we're due a Smash update really soon, if nothing else. I don't know. I mean, they could always. There's a lot of stuff they could do that's like not even like just new game related. They could easily tease like some more updates. They've already mentioned like Splatoon update in April, I think, and that sounds like it's going to be very, very interesting. And there's a lot posted on Splatoon. It seems like they did that picture that's I think supposed to be a New Year's picture, and then now they made a new tweet for Splatoon 2, so feels like it could be leading somewhere. Maybe it's just the devs like trying to spread the festive joy a little bit. I have no idea really. You know, I don't know if I actually like talked about like what I want to see this year or not. Like I talked a little bit about it, but like in terms of like new games, I guess I could like go over that actually. One of them that I would like to really see would be brand new F-Zero title. It's extremely unlikely and like guaranteed to probably not happen, but that's one of the series that's been dead for a long time for the most part, and I feel like there's a lot of fan demand, even if it's not like top seller. I feel like a lot of people would probably buy it, and I would be interested in it myself personally, so I don't know. I don't see it ever happening with Mario Kart around. They might make another Mario Kart even. Sure, it could fracture and like split up the Mario Kart community and like cause them less sales, but there's also the potential that there could be even more sales from a brand new one. Plus, I kind of want to see what a Mario Kart 9 would look like. Not talking about Mario Kart Tour, obviously. It's not one of my predictions or anything I want to see necessarily, just something that I would be interested in regardless. Mario Kart's usually pretty high quality. So, F-Zero, I said that. I don't know if this is like super likely, but I have to say that I feel like Pikmin 4 is probably very close to being announced. The only thing that like makes me feel like there's an uncertainty is that Nintendo has like been very, very quiet about this lately. They talked about it a lot, and it was like supposedly done with development like a few years back, and I guess they moved it over to Switch instead of Wii U. Also, they haven't really been like, actually, how do I word it? I guess that's right, but yeah, I think they've mostly announced Pikmin games through E3s before, which makes me wonder if Pikmin 4 is going to get that same fate or not. I mean, it's not even that big of a series in general, it's still good, but yeah. I guess there is the fact that I've said this before, Pikmin's, like, all its new entries have launched on, like, hardware that sold less than great. Like, it's had potential, but didn't get to sell a whole lot. Like, GameCube and Wii were both systems that sold really, really poorly despite being really good consoles that a lot of people love. Like I said, I'm not trying to insult the systems. I think they're really great, and I love both those systems, even though I've loved my Switch a little more and my Wii U a lot less now that I've like played this, and honestly I think the portability spoiled me a little bit. Still got a lot of good games though. And I guess you could like bring up Hey Pikmin as a point about how not announcing them at E3 is a thing, but that's a spin-off, and I have to wonder if that really counts as enough of a way to discredit the fact they've like more or less been E3 announcements. Also, yeah, I know about how the Wii versions they released that are like ports technically didn't sell well either, if anybody brings that up. But those are just that, they're ports. I feel like a new game has better sales potential than a port does. It's not to say a port can't do good. I mean, look at how Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is performing. I mean, even like just straight up porting Pikmin 3 in this scenario, I feel like would work. Not something I'd be super down for if they, unless they did like in a collection. I still like Pikmin 3, but I'd rather have like all the series or none of it if they bother to port, hopefully. But I don't know for sure. I think, like from what the statistics I've seen, Switch seems to be sold by like or sold to a lot more people who actually like play games like regularly, and the Wii, on the other hand, while being very successful, sold to like both gamers and also like casual people who didn't really care to play any other games and like Wii Sports, Wii Fit, whatever, stuff like that. So naturally, those people have less investment in video games in general, and obviously probably wouldn't be the type of people who'd be looking to buy a Pikmin game. So I think that kind of factors into it. I mean, I would be curious to see if that ends up being true or if it ends up being totally wrong. I mean, only way to know would be if they released it. Who knows at this point. They've done their Wii U ports like in a weird way since like, I think last year we got like, actually I think we only got like one, I'm not even sure, but I think we only got New Super Mario Bros. U as a Wii U port. And this year, the only thing announced for Wii U ports would be that hashtag FE game. Doesn't mean there can't be more, but that's all we've heard about. While I'm on that same note, I honestly feel like 2018 was like a little bit on the weaker side for like the games for the Switch library. There were a lot of games that got ported over from the Wii U, and meaning a lot less original stuff. There was some good stuff too, like I really enjoyed Pokemon Let's Go. Had a decent amount of time playing Super Mario Party. And I really, really liked Smash Ultimate. Those were pretty good. Excuse me. Ooh. I believe Kirby released in 2018 as well in like March. I'm gonna have to double check though. Get that mixed up with like 2019, or also like if not, I can easily mix it up on like 2018. I don't know which one it was. I don't remember it, but I think it was 2018. Just gonna check it. I don't remember, like I said, I don't remember there being like a huge ton of like new first party releases in 2018. Kirby was one of them though. Yeah, it was 2018. That's what I thought. I wasn't certain about that actually. It wasn't bad, but it was like one of the less strong Kirby games out there in my opinion, so eh. If it wasn't for Smash, like I feel like 2018 would have been a really, really underwhelming year for the Switch, honestly. That's what really saved it for me. Favorite Switch game, honestly, at least feels like it. I sometimes don't love it as much, but I do genuinely enjoy getting on and playing it a lot. More so than I thought I would. So anyway, back to the topic. I've already only talked about like 2 games that I thought would be possibly announced, which were Pikmin 4 and said I didn't say I thought would it be, and I said that thought. I mean, excuse me. Yeah, I'm getting my words a little mixed up. Apologies, but yeah, I was gonna say that like should rephrase that a little bit. I was hoping for F-Zero to be announced this year. May not happen. Probably won't, in fact. Let's see. We already know of like some stuff, obviously, like Xenoblade Remake. I mentioned that port already. You know about Animal Crossing, so there's those. There's probably a few others that aren't like springing to mind, and I remember talking about the Platinum teas too. So yeah. In terms of like stuff that I could see happening, though, it's like not announced. I think the easy calls would be stuff like saying Pokemon's Diamond and Pearl remakes, and those seem very, very likely, honestly. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that I feel like we might finally be due like a new 2D Mario game, though, because it's been a while. I would love to see something original finally. That would be a really, really nice change of pace. Another, like, little bit more wild card, not completely unexpected thing would be, though, getting WarioWare, like a new one, finally. It's been a long time, even though Gold came out. It was, like I said in the previous stream, it was still another game that was basically like just a collection. It was good, but new Wario is what I want. I think a lot of people want to say, excuse me, see that as well. I haven't felt excited for a Wario game in a long time. I don't really have as much investment in Wario Land. I mean, I'd probably buy a new Wario Land too, but I don't expect that. Like I said, I hope it'll happen. I don't know. Give me a bit, I'm thinking here. Oh yeah, this is another one that I'd say is less, like, unexpected. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say this will probably happen, not, like, unlikely. I think we're pretty much due a new Paper Mario game this year. I think we're going to finally hear another Paper Mario game getting announced. And hopefully one that's going to be, like, a proper sequel to the first two, and not like Sticker Star and Color Splash. I think the idea of it and like the likelihood of us getting one that's closer to the originals is much more likely, since it seems like Nintendo was like actually responding and understanding the criticism by the time Color Splash came out. They just kind of were too late in development to like switch anything around and like change it. So they just went ahead and finished it up, releasing it. They obviously judged by the numbers and assumed that Sticker Star sales numbers were a good thing. I don't know how they didn't notice the fact that there was a lot of negative criticism, but whatever. I'd actually be a lot more shocked to see us getting another one that's like actually closer to Sticker Star and Color Splash, honestly. I am totally like 100% down if we do get one that's closer to the originals too. Like, I will day one buy that, no hesitation. Well, let's see. Since I've mentioned that, I mentioned WarioWare, Pikmin, F-Zero. That's another thing I talked about. I'd want to see. I'd say like at least 1 or 2 more games I think I'd like to see. I'm just thinking on exactly what, because I haven't put the most amount of thought into this, to be honest. I've not mentioned like Diamond and Pearl possibly getting remakes for Pokemon, and in fact, I think that's pretty likely. However, I'd really, really love to see us get Gen 2 remakes with, like, the Let's Go stuff again. because I enjoyed Let's Go a lot, and I'm pretty sure Game Freak specified they didn't have like plans to actually make brand new, like another brand new Let's Go remake, but the sales numbers they got, even if it's like not like extremely high, it was still pretty good. I could see them easily making a new one. So I guess if you like Let's Go, let's just hope they actually do decide to do Gen 2 remakes. That's another really big thing I want to see out of Nintendo, and honestly, just out of Game Freak. I don't really know if I'm going to keep playing Pokemon as a whole in the future, so if I can't get the National Dex back, I'll be happy to find myself with, like, playing another Gen 2 remake that's hopefully of the same caliber Heart Gold and Soul Silver were, honestly. I think another thing that's very, very possible and very, very likely this year would be another Donkey Kong game. It's been a while anyway, and now seems like it'd be the right time to bring up a new Donkey Kong and, like, release it. I mean, God only knows for sure. It would be kind of nice, though. I think if there's, like, any other things that are, like, actually possible that could happen that I'm, like, wanting to see. So I feel like I have one more I wanted to say, and I don't remember what it was, actually. Like I said, I think Odyssey 2 could happen. That's another thing, too, but that's not what I was talking about. Let's see. What are some big things that haven't had any games in a while, actually, from Nintendo? Okay, I'd thought of something, actually, something that could be plausible. I'd say, like, is a 50-50 chance of happening, actually, something I wanted to say anyway. I think now might be the time we get another new Star Fox game. They've had time after Zero, probably took into consideration some of the criticisms, and, like, are probably hard at work on a new one if they wanted to make one. It'd probably be about ready now if they were going to make one, too. Honestly, I was shocked that they didn't bother to had, like, delayed Star Fox Zero at all. I don't find it as bad as, like, everybody else does, but I'm not going to deny the game has very, very heavy flaws that could have easily been avoided, especially if they didn't make mandatory motion controls, so, yeah. Plus, we got that Starlink thing, like, that was alright. I don't feel like that was a proper substitute for Star Fox, though. And I feel like a real Star Fox game, like a brand new one, would be very welcomed. I know I'd be very, very down for it. Make it better than Zero. Make the paths more open from the start. Like how I'm pretty sure Star Fox has always been. I have to double check that. I can't remember for sure, but I'm pretty sure I remember being able to take differing paths in Star Fox 64 without beating the game. Give me more ending choices, not like a huge amount, not too many like Star Fox Command where it just makes things feel awkward, but like, namely like another final boss. I like the idea that the original had a fake out boss and an actual final boss. That was good. That's something I would have preferred to see come back, and it didn't in Zero. Also, the multiplayer, I never touched the co-op on Star Fox Zero. I get the feeling I'm not alone there. I really, really doubt anybody gives too much of a shit about the co-op. I mean, sure, you could bring it back, I guess, maybe put in more than one playable R-Wing. That wouldn't be bad. But bring back the dogfighting multiplayer. I want that back. That was one of my favorite parts of playing Star Fox games. Make it so that you can go online again like you could in Command, and then dogfight people over the internet. That would be pretty nice, actually. I mean, whether or not they would take any of this into consideration would be hard to say. I don't know what to really say I want to see out of a story, though. I feel like Star Fox Zero had the right idea for, like, rebooting, and then they got a lot of criticism for how poorly the game was done in several areas, and it's obviously, like, they could continue from that and, like, maybe try to fix Star Fox Zero at some point so they could have, like, a new timeline, but I don't know. I just feel like the way Star Fox was handled was, like, a little bit messy, and that a reboot was actually the right idea. They just didn't do it correctly. Who knows? And for the record, I don't think that Star Fox Grand Prix thing was real. I've seen a lot of people that would like parrot it and would not give up believing in it, and like as far as I can tell, there was literally zero evidence suggesting that it was real, so yeah, I don't know why people put a lot of blind faith in it. Not like it really matters, though. That's basically everything I can think of. Like, I would like to also see, like, possibly another revival of Chibi Robo and actually make it like the original this time. That would be really, really splendid and actually great, honestly. I would be totally down for that. I mean, Chibi Robo is probably dead, though. I hate to say it. As far as, like, any other stuff, though, not even, like, just Nintendo related, I do have a lot of things I'd like to see, but here's an idea of, like, some stuff I'm hoping for. Obviously, Half-Life Alyx is coming out, and I want to see, like, Valve do more with Half-Life now. Probably not going to happen this year still. But, like, if it succeeds, I hope we get Half-Life 3. That would be absolutely fantastic. I'd also like to see, like, a Metal Gear Solid 6. I've actually not played a lot of it, but I know how good the series is. I played, like, enough to get a taste of it, and I enjoyed what I played. Like, the ending of Metal Gear Solid 5 seemed, like, really, really unfinished, so I am totally down to see a little more and see how the game should have ended. Even if they're not going to use Kojima, obviously, since they fired him. Hopefully, it'll turn out well if they do decide and resume Metal Gear Solid. On that same note, I am not sure what to say about, like, Death Stranding. There's a lot of, like, mixed opinions about it. I'll just say, I feel like looking at it, like, it doesn't look extremely impressive, honestly. It kind of reminds me of the Mighty Number 9 situation, honestly. I don't know, maybe I'm just judging it purely from an outsider stance and not giving it enough credit. It seems like they tried to make the walking, like, work, since that was what their focal point seemed to be, which is odd for a video game, because I feel like walking as your only thing in the game is probably not the best way to create a game, but what do I know? I'm not a dev. I don't know, maybe his next project as a solo dev will be better. Now that I'm done talking about that, though, I did want to say, like, a little more about my games I'd like to see, like, from companies and also from Konami, actually. The only thing I can, like, immediately say is I would like to see Castlevania revived, just not poorly done like they did with Contra. They made that Metal Gear, it's called, again, I remember, Metal Gear Survive, I think. That was really bad, like, as a continuation. I don't think it's meant to be, like, a proper sequel. It was a bad, really unfun, bad-looking game, I was gonna say. I don't know if that was intentional or what, but yeah, I found that to look pretty awful. Contra looked really bad. What I played of it seemed pretty bad from, like, the demo. I want to see a new Castlevania, but I have a feeling they'll fuck it up really badly. And if that's the case, then I feel like they shouldn't even bother. It's kind of conflicting, honestly. I like the Castlevania stuff enough that I'd want to see more, but not enough to see it get ruined. Hey, Zachary, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. So let's see, who did I mention? Is it just Konami? Oh, no, I mentioned Valve already. I wonder, actually, on that same note, since I haven't, like, talked too much, but I wonder if there's a possibility there's, like, anything else they might release next year. I don't think they typically do more than one game a year, though, so I bet Half-Life Alyx will be, like, their one game. I mean, they did do the Orange Box back in, like, I think 2007. I'm not really certain. That was 3 games, so who knows, really. Maybe they have some smaller project they wanted to put out alongside Half-Life Alyx later on in the year. I want to see some Capcom stuff, too, but ironically, like, I only have, like, one Capcom series I can say that I'm, like, really invested in. I tried playing, like, some of DMC, and I liked their original. I played it and had a pretty decent time with it. I need to, like, sit down and play more of it. I mean, maybe that'd be nice to see more of. Oh, wait, no, I've said 1, but there's actually 2. Never mind, I take that back. So, yeah. More DMC could be interesting. I've never really played enough of it, though. I do want to see more Mega Man, though. Like, doesn't really entirely matter which sub-series or even which Mega Man, but, like, I would prefer Mega Man X9, honestly. Just as long as it's got a higher quality. That would be very, very good. But I could totally see them go for, like, say, Mega Man 12 instead of Mega Man X9. Or really just any other possible candidate that people want. Also, the other thing that I remembered was possibly seeing, like, another Ace Attorney game this year, or if not, port them all over to another system other than, like, 3DS and mobile. Give the chance to play 4, 5, and 6 to, like, more people. I've already played 5 and 6. I haven't really played Apollo Justice because I didn't really like what I played of it a long time ago from, like, a demo. And I've, like, watched some footage of it, and I still haven't come around on it, honestly. It still looks like it's way too different for my tastes. But I would love to see an Ace Attorney 7 and see where they go with it, honestly. If not, like I said, I would greatly and gladly take another trilogy package or something with, like, those games I just mentioned. That said, I don't think that's very likely. I should look at something, though, before I, like, say for certain to determine this, though. So, let me see, actually. I'm not sure about all the release dates, actually. That's what I was wondering about. I think Spirit of Justice actually was 2016. Yeah, it was 2016. Crazy. Soon it'll be 4 years, like... It's still got until June before it turns officially 4, but, like... At this point... I feel like it might be a little late to, like, port these games, like, individually. And I think that Dual Destinies was actually released in, like, 2013. I know Apollo Justice was a lot earlier than those, honestly, so wouldn't be any problem with them packaging that if they wanted to. Yeah, it was 2013, that's what I thought. And then you've got the Edgeworth games and the Grace the Great Ace Attorney stuff, that seems like it'd be nice to see those get more attention, like localize those games, except for the first Edgeworth game, since that's already in English. But, like, I would be down to play those. There's a lot they could do with it, honestly. So, hopefully, maybe some Ace Attorney games, I don't know. One can hope. Hopefully, there'll be a chance. Let's see, who else actually? Somebody I want to see more out of. I am curious, like, how Telltale's going to handle the year. I think they got bought out. If they're going to be doing anything, like, new. I'm a little disappointed they never made another Sam & Max after the 3rd season. I would be down for more Sam & Max action, easy, really good point-and-click games. I'm just thinking, like, who's somebody... Oh, yeah, actually, something I nearly forgot about. Activision could do, like, a new Spyro or a new Crash game, and I would be down to check that out, honestly. I didn't buy the Crash collection just because of the fact that I wanted to wait for it to get discounted, but I think a new game that's, like, made using the same engine would be fine, and I'd probably pay to get that, honestly, so yeah, I'd take that if they did that. Same with Spyro. I like Spyro slightly more, though, so I would naturally say I'd want to get Spyro, but they're probably prioritizing Crash if they're doing one of those two, honestly. Then maybe a new Spyro the year after. I wonder if there's, like, gonna be more remakes, though, from them. I don't know what they would do with more remakes. They remade a lot already. But I've heard people, like, ask for that Crash Bash game to get a remake, so that could be kind of neat to see. On that same note, like, I kind of want to see another Mario Party this year, Super Mario Party 2. I mean, I feel like, yeah, they could have did DLC or whatever, but I want to see proper online Mario Party. None of this half-assed shit. All the mini games accessible online, the board games accessible online. If they're really that concerned about length, then make it so you can, like, actually stop it and pick it up later at another time. That way you can actually make sure that it's not, like, just left indefinitely unfinished, like a board game is actually through. And if they're really that concerned about people playing with, like, strangers online, fucking whatever, just limit it to friends, I don't care. As long as it's actually playable online. I've said this before, I played, like, Mario Party 1, and I think one of the other games, I don't remember, I think it's 2, maybe, over, I think it's called Parsec, yeah, that's it, I think. Maybe it's another program I'm thinking of, but I'm pretty sure Parsec and they all played net play, and, like, it played pretty well. It wasn't, like, perfect, but it wasn't that laggy either. And it was a lot of fun, so online Mario Party would be really, really good in my opinion. Something I would very, very gladly support. Okay, right. Let's see, who else have I forgotten in terms of companies that I want to see games out of? I'm looking forward to No More Heroes 3. I mean, sure, Suda51's game's going to be good. I want to see what Suda and Swery, I'm not sure how you say that, but yeah, I want to see what their collaboration looks like when that's done. I'm sure it'll be very, very good, honestly. So, yeah. Bring it on, I'm ready. I'm also excited for Doom Eternal. Like, I want to see what else that Bethesda's been making. Hopefully something interesting. Hopefully we get something like a Fallout on the Switch or something. I don't know, maybe we won't get that. I've been wanting to check one out, but I've tried to play them, and, like, usually it ends up being, like, problems with, like, running them on more modern hardware, it feels like. For some reason they're a little on the buggier side. Just a lot of crashing and not really worth it. I don't have any of the other older consoles to play them on either, so yeah. We'll be alright with the Fallout game coming to Switch. Old or new, probably. Let's see. Rockstar hasn't really said a lot, but I think, actually, if I'm not mistaken, GTA 6 got announced, like, not a long time ago, just, like, recently. Let me see. I'm just checking for, like, any actual news on this, actually. Hold on a second. Okay, let me make sure my volume's not getting some stupid fucking video playing that's actually going to fucking blast out. No, okay, good. I'm just like checking this, yeah. Apparently it's something about a PS5, like being a PS5 exclusive, like at least a timed exclusive is what I was like seeing, and I don't think there's actually a trailer or anything, but that's like some current news. I was considering getting a PS5, so I'm not like completely against that, even though I think exclusives in general aren't always the best, but I mean, who am I to complain since Nintendo makes all their games exclusively? So, I'd buy it probably and check it out. I have GTA 5 and I never got around to playing it, unfortunately. Just haven't really felt like I've had the time or the urge to play it. So, yeah, I don't really think I can, like, think of anything else off the top of my head that would be really, really good to talk about. Oh, yeah. Let's see that Fire Emblem remake they talked about on 3DS, like, getting released this year since they probably moved it over to Switch. Like they said, they canceled the 3DS remake. Especially since they're not opposed to putting 3DS stuff on Switch. I mean, why not salvage a remake that didn't get finished that way then and just release it on Switch? I'm sure people would gladly buy it. In that same vein, I actually have to wonder if there were actually like possible plans if things hadn't like gone south for the 3DS. Obviously not that bad since it's died with a lot of sales, but like I wonder if like we actually saw that Bowser's Inside Story remake get better sales, that maybe we'd be seeing like one extra remake out of Alpha Dream. I don't know. I think a Partners in Time remake might have been kind of likely. Apparently there was enough teasing for it to be like a thing in the game. I have not played the remake. I haven't had the urge to, so I wouldn't know if there's hints towards Partners in Time being what they had planned or not. Wouldn't have been nice to see another new one, though. Although, doubt we'll end up seeing one anytime soon now. Outside of that, there's not like a lot that comes to mind, though. Seeing something from like Koei Tecmo would be kind of cool. Seeing like another Warriors game, maybe Fatal Frame. I think they're the ones who are in charge of Fatal Frame. Might be mistaken. There was another one too, and I forgot what I was wanting to mention. What was it though? Fuck. I hate when I start forgetting stuff this easy. Well, whatever, I guess. I mean, I've already talked a lot about what I'd want to see this year. There's plenty of opportunity for new stuff, and hopefully we get... Oh, that's right. I remember I was thinking of, like, seeing, like, if we could get a new Mario Golf, that would be really fantastic, honestly. Especially since Mario Tennis and Mario Golf are always released on a console, it seems like. Even though the Wii U is an exception to that. But, like, it only makes sense since there's still time to release more games on Switch, that we don't have that same treatment, and we actually do get a Mario Golf game. Excuse me. Ugh. Now there's a 3DS Mario Golf, but it's not really something I was as interested in. I'd rather see what an HD proper one on Switch would look like, especially if it had some online support in it. Mario Golf can be pretty fun, honestly. It probably wouldn't be as stressful playing a Mario Golf game either. Sure, you have to make your shots carefully, but like, I think I'd probably have more fun with that than I did with Mario Tennis, honestly, since you're not directly competing with somebody. Just like going via scoreboard. I mean, actually they could do it like they did on, and like how they do like the single player sections, like how you're always trying to beat somebody else's score. That would be alright for online too. Like, I didn't like see if the 3DS version had that as their online system or not. I never really got interested enough in it, even though I got Mario Golf on 3DS from like a Nintendo thing, like I think it's Club Nintendo back in the day. So I got it for free basically. Not really played it, and I should have. I guess I should have like sat down and like actually seen how good it was, but whatever. I want a new one for consoles. That would be good. I'd be very happy to see that, honestly. Just a second. There's nothing else that really actually comes to mind, actually. Mostly just stuff I mentioned. If I think of something, though, I'll bring it up. Yeah, sorry, I'm not interested in shiny trading for, like, another shiny. I don't really have any that I want to give away and, like, trade for, and I'd rather earn all my shinies. Wouldn't mind finding, like, a G-Max shiny from, like, a raid, but I don't really want to trade to get one. I like earning all my shinies, and I don't really... No, I don't want a free shiny. I don't want to get any of these, like, free. I like doing the hunting, honestly. Most I would be willing to take even close to free would be finding somebody who's hosting a den that's got a G-Max shiny in, or just a shiny in general, I guess, and I would probably go for actually trying to get into that with, like, a code. I actually haven't figured out how to join raids yet, honestly. When I update to, like, try and look, it doesn't seem like it works half the time. So, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Seems like it's getting more and more common to see a lot of people hosting them, too. Makes me wonder if that reroll method's going to end up getting patched out. It's very, very useful, and it's probably a bug, so I could see them taking it out if they don't want people using it, although I don't feel like a legitimately easier Gigantamax hunting method would be a good thing to just take away. Like, let us have it, let us use it for the shiny, since there's no proper way to shiny hunt them. That way there's at least a way to try and get what you're after, honestly. Rather than just, like, hoping and praying that something goes right. I don't think I'm ever gonna, like, actually hunt after a G-Max shiny. Only thing I'm, like, considering was, like, trying to get shiny gift Charmander and, like, try to evolve that. And that's even, like, do I want to waste that time? Would I be better off looking for somebody who's hosting a lobby with the Charizard, maybe? I don't know, honestly. It's like a difficult question to answer, honestly. I mean, I guess you might have, like, better luck trying to soft reset for the Charmander. I think no matter what you do with the dens, you're still going to have max odds to deal with, meaning that you'd still have to sit there and, like, keep doing the reroll method, like, resetting, and then eventually maybe you'd get something. Whereas Charmander, you've got it in front of you, it's locked at base odds, but hey, maybe one of the rolls you'll eventually get the Charmander and Shiny, and then once that happens, it can G-Max. Let me check something actually regarding that, I'm curious. I'm pretty sure the Gift Charmander was the one that learns that can G-Max. Yeah, let's just see. I'm checking the details on this actually. So let's see. Okay, right, so just reading up on this out of curiosity, and not seeing a lot. It just says that you get the one from Leon that I already know about, but let's see. Okay, so... Huh. So, okay, I see how you get it. I was just looking it up. I don't even care that it's like a slight spoiler that I'm looking at. I just wanted to, like, see. I'm, like, trying to look and see, like, confirmation this thing is, like, guaranteed to be able to Gigantamax, and I think it is. Don't really see mention of it in here, even though it should be, like, said if it can do it or not. Okay. I didn't see any sign of the word Gigantamax there, but I'm gonna look for, like, another thing that, like, talks about it. Let's see. Yeah, okay, it does Gigantamax. So, that leaves me with a question that I need to find out an answer to then. So, let's see. I'm gonna close this now. I'm gonna look and see about what the results say. Can Gift Charmander be shiny? That's what I want to find out actually. Just checking. See if I find any results. Okay, so... Yeah, looking here, it seems that the only way to get one is, like, finding a den, actually. Okay, that answers that. I was just curious. Apparently, fossil Pokemon are the only Pokemon capable of actually being, like, gift shinies. Sorry if I didn't, like, read any of these messages for a second. I didn't even notice there was somebody who dropped in a little bit earlier. But hi there, Immortals, if you're still there. And hi there, sorry if I mispronounced this, Jackal, I'm not sure how that's said. Jackal Gaming thing. Yeah, I've been hunting at this for quite some time. Been a really, really slow and long shiny hunt with, like, no success. Over, well, not over yet, actually. I was gonna say over a month, so that's 3 days more before it's turned that long, but it's still absolutely taking way too much time. Alright, let's heal right now. There's a reason why that's not being updated. I'm leaving that as it is because of the fact that it's not that easy to keep track of these things and count them. They're being updated as I run out of PowerPoints for fighting Pokemon. That way I have a flat number to add to the total, not just one every time I bump into one, with the risk of me forgetting to, like, put the counter up a single number. If I do it by actually counting every encounter, I am probably going to mess up and, like, not count them all. It's tedious. It's easy to miss one, too. I have yet to find, like, a more reliable counting method, honestly. I've been doing that for a while. So, yeah, this helps a lot. It's worth noting that I've also hatched up to, like... Oh, wait a second, actually. Hold on. I need to check something. Yeah, I forgot to add the last 50. Good thing I noticed that, actually. Fuck. I remembered running out, and I haven't touched the counter yet. It's a good thing you said that, because it reminded me. Okay, there. That would not have been good to, like, leave that as it is. Okay. There we go. Now we can continue with what we're doing. See how our eggs are. That's because I'd already knocked out 50 of them and actually forgot to add those. So I remember that I did, but it's a lot easier to just drop them all on the encounter total right at once, since I know how many I've killed there. It's worth noting that, like, this isn't even, like, the final numbers yet either for, like, what I've got currently done, because I've hatched up to 200 eggs and then some, and most of those yesterday. Actually, I think I hatched all 200, the ones I had yesterday, and then brought in 100 more before I stopped shiny hunting then, and did some extra eggs earlier today, so that way it would be 300 eggs in total once everything's hatched. There's only 100 that were supposed to be hatched out of what I have left over right now, though. Once that's done, I can total up another 300 to the counter, although that's going to take some time, honestly. Oh, man. I need to break from this shiny hunt once I get at this Applin, like, just from the game, too, like... I can't keep fucking doing this all the time. This has been way too stressful and too long of a hunt. I've already decided, like, what I want to do is, like, one of my next non-sword and shield hunts, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to stream it or not, but I think I found, like, a solution for what it was. Basically, wanted to do a hunt in yellow version and do glitch Mew. Figured that easiest way would be if I had 3DS capture, but I don't, which won't work out then, but I've, like, started, like, thinking about it a little bit, and honestly, I think the best answer to that is to, like, actually go and... What? Oh, never mind. I misread that message for a second. My bad. Like I was saying, though, yeah, I'm probably going to end up, like, streaming yellow version, like I said, on a stream via emulation, and then as I get done with the game, then I can, like, sit down and start catching the Mew and start checking the... I think they're called DVs back in Gen 1 and 2, I'm not really sure, but yeah, check the values on the stats, and, like, until I find one that matches what a shiny's supposed to be, can always set up a second game and have, like, Crystal version or something running on it, and then I'm not going to stream that, but I could, like, do that to, like, trade the Mew over to the second gen game and check the stats, and then if I can end up the shiny out of that, then I could inject it into my 3DS for transfer later, and only hard part would be pulling off the 8F glitch. Ugh. What I understand, if you do it wrong, it fucks up and deletes your save file even, which makes it a little intimidating too. Actually, wait. That makes me think about something, actually, though. Since it's possible to inject your save file into a 3DS, then maybe I could save state once I've got the Mew, even though I don't want to, but like save state before I do 8F glitch, and then actually make certain that way 8F doesn't fuck everything up and it can go into the 3DS along with the glitch already done, just ready to transfer. That would be kind of nice, actually. One of the few Pokemon that I know I can't get in Let's Go, like, out of the Gen 1 Pokemon, so the idea of, like, actually going and trying to hunt Mew via yellow version sounds like it'd work, honestly. It's just like a way to make it so even if I don't get all of them in one game, I can at least get them somehow. Ugh. Too bad I couldn't transfer it to my Let's Go no matter what, I don't think. Still, just having that opportunity would be extremely nice, honestly, so maybe. That seems worth it. I don't know when I would have time for it, though. Also, sorry if I haven't read the chat very much. Someone was trying to set it up. Oh. Yeah, that must have been very, very interesting. I mean, that must have been something that's really, really not the easiest to think about. I mean, it's not terrible, but yeah, setting up for streaming is difficult. Getting a capture card's fairly easy. Hi there, D. Valentino. Welcome to the stream. Not really. I mean, if you have a raid open, I wouldn't say no to it, but I'm trying to get an Applin more than an Appleton, so it doesn't really help me a lot. I mean, I want to get an Appleton eventually, though, so if you have a code, I'm fine with that. I mean, I don't know what I can give you for letting me participate in a raid. That's just if you still have it. That way it'd save me time, and maybe I could get what I was looking for one of mine later. Again, it's not really something. If it's too late, then yeah, wouldn't matter. It's not really a loss on my part because I don't honestly feel like I'm going to be striving to get all of the Applin family right away, even though I might want to get them eventually. I mean, I guess the biggest advantage to getting one is if you get a Gigantamax form, and even then, that's not really something I care about too much in that regard. Especially since you don't get the option to actually use those online. Not like I was going to use Appleton online in the first place, but would have been a nice idea, maybe. It'd also be really nice to get that thick pad on Appleton since it's a rare ability. Okay, here we go. Come on, give me something good. Give me an egg hatch with the shiny, please. Probably not going to happen in these 4, but maybe add the remaining ones I've got. Fuck. I'm just like super upset how this has gone, though. Just waiting, hoping, watching, so I'm not really focused on talking right now. Yeah, I don't see this being the case. I think I've got like one more in here that's not hatched. Looking, yeah. I never really, I'm like, just looking at this, but yeah, I didn't really say you were after it. I just said I don't really care too much to get a G-Max form that badly. Honestly, like, it's not really that big of a deal Besides, I kind of don't like how they made Flapple and Appleton share the exact same G-Max. Just, it's not terrible, but it could be actual unique G-Maxes for each one. Having the HA would be the one thing I'd be more concerned with, since that's one that you could actually use online, not so much having the G-Max online. I think there's like one rule set online that supports G-Max forms, and probably wouldn't end up using it as much then, since it'd be the only one where you can bring them in. But I mean, there's nothing against using HAs, which are actually important for competitive battling, so yeah, getting a shiny with a thick fat would be kind of incredible, considering that seems like it's better than either of the other abilities for Appleton. I don't think I would, like, actually care too much about that, though. Appleton is not my target, to be honest. I want one. If I get one, it's gonna be evolved into a Flapple, probably. If I get a spare one, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I mean, there's very low chances of that happening. The only way I could see myself getting two right now would be if I got one, like, out of the grass, or if I had two in, like, all the eggs. So, like, I think the most likely possibility is probably I bump into a random encounter shiny, and then if I had another one, like, I would say probably getting it via an egg hatch, and that's not even likely. That's just, like, the most likely way I could see myself running into a second shiny Applin if I ever even get one. I don't know, I'm not expecting much. But I get the impression I might end up seeing one faster out of eggs than getting, like, any out of the grass, to be honest. Oh, I need to switch my Pokemon so I can, like, get a new batch of eggs, actually. Or did I already do that? I think I did, actually. Let me see. I don't know if you're, like, meaning, like, in 1 year, or if you mean, like, just in general, actually. Like, because if you just got 7 of them total today, that's impressive. But if you mean, like, 7 last year into this year, then yeah, that is pretty impressive. Oh, wait, what am I doing? God damn it. This is how I know I'm still a little bit tired. I only have 2 in this game so far. I have a lot of them in Let's Go that are going to likely stay there, unless I end up seeing a Let's Go for Johto, like I said. That'll be the one way I'd transfer them. Even then, it wouldn't be an immediate transfer. It would end up being going, like, directly through... going directly through completing the whole Pokédex that I can and Let's Go, and then once all that's done, I would transfer them all over at that point. That's just assuming that is happening, if it ever does. Yeah, Amber, welcome to stream. Hunt has not ended. I wish I could say it has. This stupid fucking shiny has dodged me so much. Even though I want it. Ugh, it just makes me angry now, honestly. But whatever. Yeah, I know. Damn, that's pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie. The shiny Appleton. I'm guessing Mimikyu came from, like, an egg or something. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be bothered enough to care about getting, like, multiple of the shiny Magikarp, though. Honestly, Magikarp's not the best value, so it's going to be really common. Anybody who's coming around, like, trying to trade Magikarp for actual shinies is going to be very quickly disappointed. Nobody is going to want this, like, fucking extremely common shiny. And that's not even counting the fact that, like, Red Gyarados has been, like, really valuable, or not really valuable, it seems to be undervalued since it was, like, distributed as a shiny for free. These dens are just making them even more common. Magikarp's like not very hard to come by. I mean, it's still a shiny, but it's one of the easiest shinies to get right now. I've got already enough that I'd be fine. I don't think I'm going to bother trying to collect another one. The Mimikyu raid sounds like that would be pretty nice to just stumble onto randomly, though. If I ever do a Den raid, it's definitely going to be for like a G-Max form. I don't think I would ever bother re-rolling for like a shiny that's just randomly in a den, or like if I bump into a shiny in a den, I would probably try to see if I could re-roll, but the only thing that would be like concerning is if I don't know if you can actually re-roll, like make sure everything's the same for like the first three. I don't know. Actually, there's the same exact spawn, so maybe they're the same exact stats and everything. I'm not sure if it's like same shininess or not. Yeah, I tried. I couldn't actually join any raids when I attempted to. I mean, I would like to try it again, but I want to put my focus into what I'm doing right now, so at this point it's like probably not really worth the trouble, actually. Nice. I've heard like the authentic Sinistea is very hard to come by, actually. Actually, that makes me wonder if like the shiny versions of Sinistea and its evolution are like actually any different. I don't know if they're like that different or if they just have like minor differences, but I am curious. In fact, I'm not really sure what the main difference is. I think it's like a sticker or a tag or something on it. I know that like the counterfeit Sinistea is like extremely common, honestly, so coming by the actual authentic one's a lot harder. I imagine an authentic shiny Sinistea must be really, really valued, like extremely heavily. You could probably trade that for like 2 to 3 shinies just from the sheer value alone. Okay, come on. Anything? Fuck. We're still doing this shit where the spawns aren't guaranteed to be Applins after fucking nearly a month game. Really? I can't tell if this is just bad luck or if the game's like actually trying to rub salt in the wound that I couldn't get this thing when I wanted it. What? Why is this happening to me right now? Why am I getting Squirrepy? It's not what I'm after at all. Come on. Hand me another Applin. Oh, fuck. God damn it, what the hell? This is bizarre, what? I'm speechless right now. It's not even just like differing spawns. It's the same thing 3 times in a row, and it's not what I'm chasing after. Okay, finally. I think I'm gonna change the music after this. I've been listening to this for over an hour, and I want to change it anyway. I prefer hearing like different songs and not getting bored from the same thing anyway. Need something to mix the hunt up a little bit. Probably played quite a bit yesterday, but still. Running Shiny Ghastly again? I mean, I'm not sure how that was under my control. I've been just trying to get my shiny for... Oh, yeah, that's right. I guess you said you couldn't find hers for 3 days, so yeah, that makes sense. Good luck with that. Oh, gosh. Yeah, this is like turning into a very painful shiny hunt. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've taken a few breaks from like... It's only been like there's 2-day breaks for like Christmas and my niece's birthday, which happens to be the day after Christmas. And then one other break where I took a day off to like recuperate and prep for like putting eggs into my boxes. But still, it doesn't feel like it's enough. I'm not taking any more until I get this thing, at least not until it's turned a whole month, and I hope it doesn't get that bad, honestly. I've gotten like 2 of them already, though, out of like Let's Go. I ended up getting like a shiny, or it wasn't 2 Ghastlies. I got a shiny Ghastly and a shiny Haunter because it's very, very easy to pull off there. I don't know why people like specifically wanted to go after Ghastly when they were doing like shiny hunts in Let's Go. I'm not saying in any other game, but like there's literally an entire area that hosts like Ghastly, Haunter, and Cubone as like the primary spawn. There's not a lot of reason to go after like Ghastly as like your primary target, especially since you can like ride the chain and get another Pokemon out of it. So you can get 2 shinies and Let's Go easier than any other game in the series. It's better to just go and like save your Ghastly encounter for after you get your first shiny. That's only if you're doing it in Let's Go, but like still, it's like a way to get it a lot easier. Sure, it'll take a little bit, like any shiny would, but you get it and you don't have to chain up 31 of a Ghastly for it. Okay, yeah, I said I was going to change the music. I keep forgetting. Let's do that, actually. Why not? I haven't had it completely on my mind. Alright, let's see. I'm not actually certain what to play right now. I've played, like, so many different songs over the course of the hunt to, like, just to, like, keep things as interesting as I could, and played a lot of games from soundtracks that I already played. Like, finding something that's differing might be a little on the hard side. Let's see. I played a little bit of Portal music, but I haven't played, like, too much, so I might do some of that, actually. Nothing else. We can listen to the ending from Portal. Still Alive, that song's really good. Oh yeah, the ending songs in those games are all pretty good. I mean, as long as nobody's, like, objecting to hearing them, then I can play those, since there's 3 of them, but spoilers, then, and nobody wants to see it, then that's absolutely fine. I won't necessarily play it. We'll just do Portal 1s right now, since pretty much everyone's heard that already. Oops, give me a second. I need to get fucking back on track to finding another Applin. I wish I could, like, have a little more space and, like, you didn't, like, immediately get locked in an encounter if you, like, barely touch a Pokemon. Because there's points where I've noticed it doesn't seem like I'm even colliding with the hitbox and I still get the encounter. Alright, here we go. Comedy podcast, huh? I don't listen to podcasts too often, honestly. Hold on, actually, I think I forgot to unmute my thing, so I had it muted for a little bit. Let me fix this. Hope it's not going to be too loud. I'm going to lower it a little bit. Okay, yeah. Just waiting for it to start. A little higher would be good. That's probably perfect. There we go. Transferred shiny Gengar from Mutant Hyper Trained it. Yeah. I mean, that's a good way to actually get something, and Let's Go if you want to do that. Or, I mean, if you have Pokemon from Go that you'd want to transfer, like, there's always the fact that Pokemon Home is coming out soon. Don't think we've got, like, an actual date for when they're going to release the update and, like, actually let people use it. I'm not gonna transfer a lot with that, though, especially knowing that it's like a one-way transfer, and I'd rather not lock a bunch of Pokemon in Pokemon Home forever. Honestly, that's probably a good way to go about getting the, like, trade evolutions, at least in Let's Go. Oh, god damn it. Well, whatever. You'd think by this point, after hunting this long, I would remember not to run at any point from an Applin, but I didn't check the spawn. Thankfully, I have a few people that I know I can trust as friends who are actually worthy enough to actually be, like, willing to, like, trade evolutions with me. I mean, excuse me. When I say worthy, I don't mean it in, like, a bad way. I should have said, like, trustworthy people I know wouldn't steal it from me. Good friend who's helped me evolve shiny Kadabra into a shiny Alakazam already, and helped me evolve a shiny... What was it again that I was thinking of? Shiny... Yeah, shiny Graveler, that was it. I couldn't remember. At this point, though, I don't even know if that was even worth the trouble. Like, it's good I have it, I feel like, but honestly, I've came over, like, a bunch of shiny Geodude at this point, since I bothered to try and go for everything so I could, like, get a steady supply to do Alolan trades. And I can tell you right now from experience that if you do, like, that and you go after, like, a bunch of the same species trying to get, like, what you're after, you will absolutely find a fuck ton of them. Because I ended up doing, like, batches of 500 to make sure I got plenty to trade off for a shiny possibility. So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend hunting if you're doing Let's Go hunts. Like, I wouldn't recommend going after anything in particular that can be found for, like, a Alolan counterpart if you have, like, any interest in getting that shiny at all, since you'll probably naturally stumble onto one just by looking for more to get for trading. It's not always the case, because I did Meowth at one point, and believe it or not, after 500 Meowth captures, I still didn't have one shiny Meowth show up. I'd got one before that, and I ended up getting another one later, but, like, they weren't that common, honestly. Like, they ended up being barely any of them. Most of the other species I've done it with have always had at least 2 or 3 of them pop up, usually, though. Especially Rattata. That thing is, like, fucking everywhere. Okay, just a second. I was trying to remember the name of what I was searching. Even though I have no portals tracks, I don't remember the names perfectly because it's been a little while. Also, yeah, I know about the running not actually mattering. The thing is that this is done for the sake of counting Pokemon spawns. If I run from a Pokemon, it means I am effectively screwing up on my counting and, like, have to encounter another one to make up for it, so I still need to be KOing these guys regardless. Welcome back, Ember. Good to see you. Okay, yeah, let me play the song. I almost forgot to, like, start it. Oh, goody. All the results for the other songs are there. Though there's only, like, one other one we haven't played. God, the Portal games are really good. Enjoyed them a lot. Haven't played any of the VR stuff naturally, but, like, maybe if I ever get a VR headset. Okay, yeah, we gotta add to our counter now before I forget. We did another 50. Okay, just a second. Quite a lot of encounters, damn. In fact, we're already this high up. And then in a little bit, we'll end up reaching 2,700. Whoops, too high there. There we go. Now we're good. Okay, now we're good. Alright, back to the Pokemon Center to heal up. And then once I get the remaining eggs hatched, I can add that solid 300 to it. Not really wanting to, but, I mean, keeps the numbers up to date. Fuck, these eggs, though, they're taking quite some time. I guess it's natural, since I'm, like, going after the wild encounters primarily. Let's see. Oh, sweet, they're nearly done hatching, actually. Now would be a good time to just hatch these guys and then jump back into the wild area with, like, a new set of eggs instead. Rather than having these guys interrupt me when I try to bump into another Applin. How's the music volume? It's not too loud, is it? It's over now, but, like, checking to make sure it's not, like, poorly mixed. I don't want it to be too loud or too quiet. Okay, I'm gonna play another song. Okay, just checking. Okay. Let's see, here it is. Just trying to find the video I was looking for. Huh. It's uploaded by Game Explain. Oh wait, okay, I have to skip through because it's still part of the gameplay first. Wait, where's the part I'm looking for? Is this it? Let me see. Yeah, this is it. This is good. I'm probably going to have to turn it up a little bit, some tiny bit quiet. There we go. That's probably good. Fuck, I think I would have noticed, but I mean, I'm just double checking. Yeah, there's usually a more drawn out animation for the sake of getting a shiny when you hatch one. This song, like, this was like such a big surprise playing through Portal 2 for the first time. I don't think anybody was really anticipating it. And I remember reading Valve's intent. That was like the whole point of them making it, is because nobody expected this to end up being in the game. Caught everybody off guard. It's a really good song, too. Like, looked up what the lyrics actually translated to. At least, well, actually, I can't even tell if it's English or not, to be honest, but, like, it's difficult to make out the lyrics. And, like, checking them, it's a really, really pretty and really touching song. God damn it. That was just me being blind and not paying attention. Is it over? I thought I had a little more time for it. Yeah, okay, that was the end of it. That's where the ending cutscene takes place. I just wasn't certain if I was done the song or not. I'm going to have to find one more thing to play now. Hold on a second. Yeah, okay, making sure I didn't forget anything. Alright, into the grass. Right, let's see. What to play now, what to play. There's a lot of choices, honestly. Of course, there's not any music like right on the recommended to make things easy, since I'm, like, not technically watching a video that's directly from the soundtrack. I know what I can listen to that'd be good, that's something I haven't heard for a while. That's like, some of the DLC music for Mario Kart 8 is, like, really damn good, so listening to some of that would be good. Even just, like, the F-Zero songs. Oh, those were some of the better remixes, too, in my opinion. Let's see if I can remember what I'm doing. Mute City is one, so I'm going to search that first. Might need to, like, see about getting a program that, like, or not program, just find, like, a Twitch plugin. Not Damn it, I didn't word that right. You know what I'm saying, like a streaming plugin to like actually put in music. That way, when I actually want to play something, I can just like have it from a list instead of doing this. Because while it's not terrible, it's definitely slow. Alright, later, Jackal Gaming. Thanks for watching. Still gonna be at this hunt for quite some time, honestly. Alright, that's fine. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it. Oh, god damn it, This is what I mean. Nobody really wants to go into an encounter and then immediately bump into another Pokemon, especially not one that's like the exact same. Actually, yeah, you would want to do the exact same. That's what I meant to say. You got my words really mixed up. I meant to say is nobody wants to bump into a Pokemon, especially then bump into another species immediately. Just give you a little bit of time to make sure you don't accidentally just walk into one. Happens a lot. Oh, you just bald gagger your bedtime story. What? I don't really know if I like the ball guy too much. He's kind of on the not so pleasant side. His smile from the mascot just kind of comes off as a little bit creepy, to be honest. And I was watching a video on this. I've noticed somebody pointed out that a lot of the people around ball guy don't exactly act normal. It's a very, very weird mascot character. Alright, cool. I mean, I appreciate the support. I'm going to be at this for quite some time. Thank you for the sub. Would have said something sooner, but I think my subscriber notifications are somehow a little bit messed up. Oh gosh. Yeah. Maybe a little too many, even if he does give you one at a time. Ugh. It's kind of lame how some of the actual unique balls are stuck being one ball you can grab and that's it. You can't get extras of them, say trying to get any of the apricorns balls. Those are pretty good. You could make as many as you wanted in gold and silver, but I mean, whatever. I guess it's better having at least one than none. Some ball guy putting his head around in a dark room. Oh god, that would be fucking creepy and nightmare-inducing, honestly. I would probably shriek if I saw that face in the middle of the night, like what the fuck is that guy doing in my apartment? It'd be even worse than seeing a normal person, because it just looks unsettling. Ugh. I mean, naturally, bumping into a stranger in the dark would still be creepy, but wait, with a face like that would only make it worse. Oh god. I could totally see the person in the ball guy costume being a fucking serial killer with how creepy he is. And of course, for some reason, out of all the results... Oh wait, as I didn't say Big Blue is up here, and now I see it. Good thing it's actually here. Just had to look a little closer. Thank God. Want to hear this. This is definitely worth it. God damn it. This makes me want F-Zero so much more, too. I love F-Zero. Not so much the Game Boy Advance games, though. Those were kind of not the best. I don't even know what to say about it. Honestly, I know why they haven't made it. It's not hard for anyone to say F-Zero is not a seller. It sells very, very few units. I think usually F-Zero caps out around 500k sold, and that's definitely significantly worse than what a lot of Nintendo's franchises manage. So I mean, naturally they're hesitant to make one. But I mean, it still hurts not having it. I have to wonder if now there's more people who know about it that maybe it would do a little better. Not saying it would, but I think F-Zero is definitely been seeing more love in the past 5 to 10 years than it ever has before. Like, a lot of people discovered it for the first time. That makes me wonder if maybe it could succeed now, despite having, like, awful sales before. I mean, I got into the series with GX, and that wasn't when it was released. That was like in 2012, long after it had released. I know I'm not the only one who picked up GX late, so there's probably quite a few people who only, like, just now learned about the series. That means at least a little bit of an influx of new people to it. Hey, Wayne, welcome to the stream. Wait, oh. Thought you were gonna say you were leaving and then I'd read it again. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can probably help you seeing what's going on. So I'm in Discord. Alright. I can check. Let me see. Oh, OBS problems. I mean, alright, I can, like, check about seeing what I can do after the stream's over. I mean, I can't guarantee it'll work because I'm not even the best with OBS. When I ended up, like, fixing my stream health problems, it ended up me just going through the settings and then, like, actually flipping, like, one setting to a different mode, and it ended up fixing the problem somehow. I don't know what it exactly did, but it changed it enough to make it work. Yeah, I'll try. I can't guarantee I can do much, though. But yeah, it went alright. I forget if I've even talked about it already. I've had a pretty decent Christmas time. Ended up, like, getting a few things I was hoping for, nothing I really wanted, like nothing big, because I didn't ask for that much in the first place, so yeah. Ended up with stuff that I was kind of hoping to get, because I was talked about wanting a cat, and I've got some cat supplies, since I'm going to be getting one soon. Got a new pillow, stuff like that. Stuff I needed, not anything big. And, well, yesterday I already told you guys, talking about it, like, ended up mentioning how I haven't got my Applin yet. It's been really, really hard on me still. Wait, what? Hold on a second. Checked. I'm getting 40 down. I mean, oh, he's on 40 upload speed. Yeah, as I say, download speed doesn't really impact streaming, although since you said that, yeah, you already know. Your download speed is completely irrelevant to how you can stream your PC. I mean, I don't know, man. It's hard to say. I can, like, check and see if I can help any, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. I had problems with OBS before when I was trying to stream PC games, and then fucking everything got really choppy with those, and I just gave up on streaming PC stuff, so honestly, maybe I can help, I'm not sure, like I said. And just for the record, if anybody was wondering, this isn't on my current PC. I was having issues on another PC I had before. It's part of the reason I bought a new one. Not the whole reason, though. So yeah, I can still try to stream PC games. I don't even know if it'll work out or not, though. I haven't tested anything before this. So, I don't know. I'm kind of, like, nervous about looking into PC games, since I don't know if that's going to work. Yeah, the thing about that is I found out later that that was an internet outage, and they, for some reason, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with the my ISP, but they never tend to flat out tell anyone, at least not on the first call, about the outage. You're fucking left with less details. Ended up getting better over the course of the day, and my upload speed returned to normal, and I could actually stream again. It sucks that it happened right on a day when I wanted to actually stream and wanted to go after, or the shiny hunt, but fate had it had to be right when I had plans to try and get this Applin. Yeah, it's actually, it's probably not one you'd guess right away, but if you want to know, I can tell you it's Suddenlink, and they're literally the only ISP I can get at my apartments, I think. I know that because I asked my landlord about internet options at one point, and he said only Suddenlink comes around these apartments to install internet, basically, so stuck with them until I can maybe move over to another apartment. I mean, I'm probably going to eventually. Don't know when, though. I'm very satisfied with where I'm living right now, though, since I'm probably going to get the pet. That's like one of the last big things I was worried about. I mean, I haven't technically heard back whether or not the paper's approved yet, but I'd be surprised if he didn't approve the paper for a cat. I mean, yeah, it's no problem. I enjoy doing these, although I don't enjoy the shiny hunt streams as much, at least not right now. The Let's Go shiny hunts have been somewhat enjoyable, but I've had more pain and suffering through these Sword and Shield shiny hunts than any other one I've done. Ugh, God. Alright, I mean, it's alright if you gotta go out and, like, get stuff. I understand. I need to, like, probably go grocery shopping pretty soon myself. So, yeah. Appreciate the viewership from everybody here anyway, though. It really does mean a lot to have people hanging around and watching. It makes it a little more bearable going through this and not getting success. At least I've got some support. Alright then, later. Thanks for watching, Wayne. If you're able to come back around and watch, then hope to see you, but later. Hopefully I end up getting the shiny before that point, because if I do, that means this is over and I don't have to worry about that in the first place. Let's see, let's listen to this one. Just looking for, like, good songs. Selecting stuff is going to be difficult because I've ran out a lot of my options already. I guess I could do some anime stuff, not that much. I don't care to do too much, just like maybe a few of the anime openings I've listened to from like different shows I watch. Since don't know of a lot more to play right now. I do have some other things I can play, but it's not a lot to come to mind, honestly. Oh man, I'm just really tired right now. Had a really weird night in terms of like sleep too. I like fell asleep and then I woke up and like I started like falling asleep and waking up on off throughout the night, and it's kind of not very fun or good for your body, I'm sure. Ugh, that was lame. Yeah, I know. It was annoying. But I know what you mean by saying that. Like, I felt like kind of not great, considering I'm pretty sure it's doctor recommended even to try and get all your sleep at once. I mean, it's not like it's something you can control. Obviously, your brain just fucking wakes you up without asking you, so yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's not gonna be any fun. I've been out of school for a long time, obviously, because I've already said on stream before I'm 27 and I graduated a long time ago. It's hard to believe that in just a few months I'll end up turning 28, actually. I'm not exactly looking forward to, like, my future birthdays. I don't know. It sounds like it wouldn't be a big deal, but, like, I've heard enough things from other people who are in their 30s about how that's when life starts to get kind of shitty, like problems like pains getting worse, balding, gray hairs, even if it's not like a lot of them, like problems that you wouldn't have that much younger. ugh. And the worst part is, like, I already have a few gray hairs since my mom's genetics are like she had gray hairs when she was pretty young, and I had to inherit that, unfortunately. It's not exactly something I like a lot. Somebody in, like, my family, not like my immediate family, but I've, like, actually know from, like, my mom's side, like, basically told me that people actually pay to get, like, grays in their hairs, and it's like, all I could, like, say to that when I heard that was, like, that I was just, like, shocked about it, because I don't even like having gray hair. I don't know why anybody would want to pay to get gray hairs, honestly. Little brother's hair is silver at 35. Damn. That's gotta be not a lot of fun, honestly. I hope my hair doesn't, like, turn completely gray. I don't think it will, but I mean, if it does, that would be not something very great. I would rather keep my natural hair color as long as I can. Although I think I'd be more concerned about fucking balding, since a lot of people in their 30s talk about how they end up balding, and I want no part of that. Obviously, I don't get any control over it, but I'm going to pray to God that doesn't happen to my hair. Oh, man. It doesn't feel like I should be dreading, like, getting older this much, but it seems like a lot of unpleasant stuff happens as you get older. Ugh. Oh well. Whatever. There's nothing you can do about it. Age catches up to you, and no matter how hard you try to stop it, it's going to catch up. I know people are, like, trying to create products to, like, either slow down the aging process or, like, stop it completely, but I don't even know if I'd want to get into that either. I don't think I'd want to live forever, and even then, like, I think most people agree that being immortal would probably not be worth it, although I can say, like, living longer than 100 years would probably be something that would sound actually good, though. 100 years, while it's a long time, is still really, really short in the grand scheme of things. And I've noticed, like, in particular, that especially the older you get, like, it really starts to feel like time just passes by faster and faster each year. So I'm not exactly eager to, like, keep the years rolling by quickly. Bleh. Feels like they pass by too fast already, honestly. Feels like 2020 just kind of snuck up on me, honestly. Like, the early 2010s weren't really the same in that regard. I felt like they didn't take... Oh, they took a little while to get through, but, like, through, like, 2015 to, like, 2019, all, like, just breezed right by. Oh, man. Still not getting anything, huh? I wonder how the eggs are coming, at least. Should try to get a number on how many are left, actually. Let's see. I might actually, like, separate the stream some like I did yesterday. I don't know if I'm going to, but, like, I feel like it might actually be in my best interest to not spend quite as much... Oops, yeah, I shouldn't have did that. God damn it. I was meaning to count them, and I did this. But yeah, it might be in my best interest to actually just stop at, like, another hour or two, and then, like, eat something, and then come back after, like, another hour, since... Don't mind going a little bit longer than normal. That's actually a wrong egg, silly me. This is what I wanted to look at. Or did I already look at that? Yeah, okay, never mind. Doesn't matter. They're at the same hatching progress right now. So, let's see. Box 28, box 29 are all full. And this is, I believe, like 10, so that means I've got 70 eggs or so. That's not too bad, honestly. It's a decent amount to hatch, although that means I've only hatched like one box worth of eggs total right now. Oh, man. Ugh. I don't even know if I want to like immediately resume hunting and excuse me, not that. Damn it. Why do I always mix my words up? I guess it's because I like knew what I was gonna say, but I said the wrong bit too soon. But yeah, I don't even know if I want to resume hunting this like immediately after I get the shiny. I don't even know if I want to like continue going forward with my team. I mentioned earlier I'm going to want to take a break for at least a week probably after I get this Applin, and honestly, I might not shiny hunt the rest of them for quite some time. I might just take a nice little break away from playing Sword and Shield for a little bit. I did want to go back to Let's Go and work on my living decks, so maybe. 5-star Ditto Raid? Nice, that must be pretty useful, honestly. I'm guessing it has some really good IVs, honestly, since, yeah, getting a high IV Ditto doesn't seem to be easy. You know, there's something that actually just now occurred to me that I wanted to ask. Not anything, like, really big, and I don't know if this is, like, anyone can actually answer or not, but, like, does anybody know if, like, you can actually use a Destiny Knot via Ditto and, like, an Everstone on the parent to basically make absolutely certain that you get, like, both good IVs and a nature, or does that not work? Like, can you guarantee both if you use a Destiny Knot and an Everstone? I'm just curious. Yeah, I imagine getting like, even 4 IVs for a Ditto probably isn't easy. I mean, I think it'll become less uncommon once Pokemon Home comes out, but even still, like, you're basically guaranteed to be able to get at least a 4 IV Ditto by that point, since catch comboing and Let's Go naturally increases the amount of IVs you get, so that means you can just transfer in a Ditto from a catch combo that has 4 guaranteed, and it should be ready for breeding. There's something that is a little bit interesting that I'm not sure about, though, which is, like, I've read that people have mentioned in the files in Let's Go that it seems like it's not, like, marked as hyper trained once you, like, bottle cap a Pokemon, so I have to wonder if you, like, bottle cap something for, like, perfect IVs, if you get all the stats where you want it, and you just transfer it, then you can, like, have a natural 6 IV Ditto for breeding or not. I'm not actually sure if that would work, but I'm curious. Very curious. I wouldn't assume it would be impossible since, like I said, I don't think it, like, tags them, so you should be able to theoretically transfer one. The game reads it as if it has those IVs normally. Although, getting a Masuda Ditto like that may not be as easy. Actually, wait. Let's Go has language options, right? So, realistically, looking at that, yeah, you could go in Let's Go, make sure you have a Japanese file, obviously, but, like, go in Let's Go, and then catch a Ditto on a Japanese save file, and then transfer it up with the 4 IVs on it, or even hypertrain it if it doesn't count them as, like, natural IVs. If it does, then, yeah, hypertrain it and get 6 IVs perfect and have a literal, like, flawless Masuda Ditto. That would be incredibly handy, actually. They'll be incredibly common if that's the case. I bet there's a good chance that's going to be the case, too, honestly. Okay, right, I need to put another song going. I keep forgetting to switch. Here's this one, Sweet Sweet Canyon. I like this. Listening to Mario Kart 8 music, it's right there where I can reach it on the sidebar since it's along the songs I've been playing. probably switch up to some different music from a different soundtrack in a bit, actually. Listen to one more Mario Kart 8 track, though. Alright, then, later, Ember. I understand if you want to stream, so thanks for hanging out and watching so long anyway. Guess I'll just be going at this. Not gonna be easy trying to make it through, but whatever. So I'm gonna check the time anyway. Let's see. 6 minutes from 6 o'clock, so let's see, where are we at time-wise? 5 o'clock is... Actually, it's 5:55, so 5 minutes off from being 6. Knowing that, I think the best thing I can do if I want to separate this would be continue on for another hour, and then once I get to the point where I've done 3 hours, I can stop it and come back at like 8 o'clock, since I'll have time to eat at 7, and then after that I can actually just like relax a little bit, and we can come back and start back up on the hunts. Gives everyone like an hour themselves if they still want to watch. Level 60 Ditto? Nice. Probably pretty good. I don't know what the hidden ability Imposter actually does. I've missed out on a lot of Pokemon games, so there's a lot of stuff that I haven't really seen. Although I only skipped like 2 gens, but in between those 2 gens there was a lot of stuff released, so yeah. Alright, one more Mario Kart 8 track, then we find some other songs to listen to. It's exactly what I hate about this, is that I can't identify grass patches with the rustling fast enough. Okay, right. This'll work, I think. Yeah. Wait, is this what I wanted to play, actually? Because it's not the same sounding as what I remember. I guess it'll work. I was trying to get the Electrodome music. I might look it up and play it later, for all I know. This is like part of the track that changes, apparently, I think. Yeah, I think this isn't like the normal Electrodome music, but who cares? Actually, one more, actually. I want to listen to Baby Park again. I don't know why, but there's something really great about the way the Baby Park music sounds. Fuck. They really can't... And screw it. Well, actually, I don't even know what I was trying to say there. I was going to say... They should really try to make like a Mario Kart game in the same vein as Smash Ultimate, and like, except make it all tracks. I'd be so down for that. I was gonna say they can't screw that up if they do it. Although I doubt they'll go through that and do that next, but that would be like a perfect thing to do for Mario Kart 9. Every Mario Kart track that thought of that sounds incredible, actually. That way, all the best tracks in a single game. Stuff like Waluigi Pinball, Maple Treeway, DS Airship Fortress was good, or I think I said that right, whatever. Like, all the awesome tracks, all the ones I really, really loved, and really everybody wins at a game like that. I don't think the roster in Mario Kart is anywhere near as important as the track list, so I'd be down for it. Not to say they couldn't add more variety to Mario Kart, though. Alright, I don't see it in the sidebar, so I'm going to have to search it. Here we go. Before I do that, how are the eggs? Okay, good. We're getting some progress. It's a little bit quiet. Let me turn it up. There we go. That's more like it. God, they did a pretty good job with this. It was already pretty decent sounding on GameCube, but like, this is really jazzy and I really like it. Yeah, Mario Kart's pretty fun, so I mean, it's nice to listen to the music. Sometimes it's a little bit on the stress-inducing side, since things can go fucking absolutely bonkers in that game, but I think that's part of the charm, honestly. The length is like 3 minutes and 30 seconds, though. That's a lot compared to some of the other stuff I played, which is pretty short, but then again, Baby Park is a 7-track course. Doesn't really feel like it, though, considering the boosting makes it go by much faster. Oh, man. Good memories. 200cc Baby Park is a fucking crazy ride that I kind of love, honestly. It's so stupid. Everyone's flying at high speeds and boosting off of each other. It's so crammed that you can't really avoid it, honestly. And plus, I think Baby Park's one of the only tracks where you'll consistently be watching yourself just lap around people. Don't know why, but there's something really fun about that. I used to really enjoy playing Mario Kart Online, but I honestly got to the point where I stopped playing it as much. Ended up not really having as fun of a time with Mario Kart 8 as I did with Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 7, which is weird because I didn't really love Mario Kart Wii's gameplay, but I did happen to be able to play it pretty decently and semi-consistently get first place. So, I mean, it's probably partially why. Can't tell if I'm getting this in the right volume. I'll just leave it here, I guess. Also, since we bothered to talk about Mario Kart in the first place, I really don't like Mario Kart Tour very much. In fact, they had potential to make something really cool for the mobile game, and then they basically jammed it full of microtransactions. Is kind of lame. I don't know. It did look bad from the outset, so maybe there was no hope. Literally, as soon as I got in the beta, the first thing I noticed is the game seems to be very predatory. It's kind of awful how the mobile market basically reinforced to Nintendo the opinion that they need to make their games filled with microtransactions to actually be any good. It's yeah, no, you shouldn't listen to that, and I guess they're listening to their sales numbers and their overall revenue, but whatever. Because I'm pretty sure I remember at some point they said that Mario Kart on mobile is going to be free to start and not actually a game like what it turned out to be. Pretty sure their failure of Mario Run kind of pushed them in this direction. I mean, I still think they were being a little bit way too demanding on what they were expecting, considering the fact that 10 million people downloading the game and purchasing it is quite a lot. And yet they expected more sales? That's not enough? Alright, let's see. What's another soundtrack with some good stuff to listen to? I know something. It may not be perfect, but let's see if it'll work. My favorite, weirder, more obscure games. Whoops, I didn't add the OST bit so I can actually get the tracks. So, let's see. What have we got here? Okay, this is one I want to listen to. This one's good. There we go, that's good. From Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. As obscure as it is, pretty damn good game. The fact they even gave Tingle 2 spin-off games of his own is kind of incredible. They're both pretty good quality too, honestly. Played the Switch version. He's playing theirs on NES. Well, It's not exactly bad. You missed out on a lot of good times with the older games, though. Wouldn't say all of them were a necessary experience, but Mario Kart 64 was a lot of fun. Same with Mario Kart Double Dash. I enjoyed Mario Kart DS as well, although not as much as some of the others. And the ones that I would like rate the highest are like, say, like I guess in no particular order, Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart 64 Double Dash, and 7 the most. Like, all the others are alright, but skippable, in my opinion, if you don't want to play them. Honestly, though, like... What was I saying? God damn it. Oh yeah, I'd say the GBA game is the one I found to be the least fun. I didn't like it, especially not how it controlled. But I feel like a lot of GBA racing games had that problem. So, it's not purely a Mario Kart problem. First computer played games from cassette tapes a half hour long. Wow, that's some impressive tech, honestly. It's always kind of interesting hearing about, like, different things, like, back in the day and, like, how older games were. Oops, shit. Okay, I'm going to lower this maybe a little bit. Volume where it's not, like, overwhelming, since some of these play at, like, high volume. I'm going to select the next song, though. Let me see. Weird how, as much as I loved it, I don't remember the music perfectly well. Let's see. See about this one. This one seems alright. Alright, this one's good. Nothing like amazing. It's just from like the different parts of the game, how you fly up on a balloon to like move around places, and like this is departure and landing music from what I remember. Huh. Oh, it even has some of the like music from the areas you're visiting. That's kind of nice. Whoops, shit. What? Okay, I just paused that by mistake. There we go. Oh, man. You know, this is, like, kind of related to, like, the topic of old games, but I've always wondered how difficult it is, like, running DOS games back in the day. I'm sure it's much worse now, since if you want to really play a DOS game, you have to, like, actually sit down and configure it, but, like, I don't know. Some of them sound like they weren't that bad, and others sound like they were nightmarish. It sounds like some of them you just downloaded and you could, like, get it running with minimal tweaking. Obviously, I didn't happen to be alive back in that era, or at least not old enough. I'm not actually sure how long ago the DOS days were. Actually, that's something I want to look up, actually. I haven't really bothered to, so I want to see what Google tells me. DOS operating system. I'll just Google that and it can tell me everything I want to know. So, okay, so, right. You know, I'd always thought it was Microsoft developed. I didn't remember for sure. Like, apparently this was the precursor to Windows. That's what I thought was the case. Like I said, I didn't remember that MS-DOS part very well for some reason. I think the only reason a lot of people even remember DOS is for all the old DOS games. It was released in 1981. So that makes me wonder really quickly if I can figure this out. I think Windows 3 was the first ever Windows OS to get launched, so when was Windows 3 released? Let's see. So, according to Google, it was on May 22nd, 1990, so that means DOS lived for like 9 years. That must have been a very, very interesting period. I'm sure there were like quite a lot of DOS games even still. Like, I think people still make DOS games now. Let's see. I mean, they're not exactly common, but I'm fairly certain I've seen some weird modern-day DOS games. Well, actually, and you know, I'd say I don't really want to do that, but actually it's too late. I was gonna say, doesn't matter. I wanted to select a song anyway. There we go. It's more tingle music, even though this game is very, very unwell known, I guess you could say. I've already streamed one of them. I think out of the two of them, I like Rosie Rupee Land slightly better. Really good spin-off games. Huh. Atari ST and Spectrum 86? X86? Yeah. I don't know a lot about a bunch of the older computers, honestly. Heard a lot of stuff about a lot of, like, operating systems, just in general, from, like, different streams, but also from stuff like watching AVGN and, like, seeing some of those on his channel, like how he pretty much brings up the Commodore 64 somewhat frequently, so that's something I know about since it's not too unpopular. God, I love the AVGN episodes. They're really entertaining and fun to watch. Wonder how long we'll have to wait to see another new one. Probably not too long. I think he did like kind of foreshadow in the last episode that he had like one for 2020 prepared already. Forget what the fuck it was called. It literally had 2020 in the name though. Oh wow. That's impressive. I mean, I've always wanted to like try to make a game, but it's a matter of like time and ability at this point. You're able to make like even an app for a computer is already impressive sounding. I think the most I've ever done that's even close to that was I learned how to make like fake error messages at one point, and I tried messing around with that a little bit. I don't even remember how to do it now though, so it wouldn't matter. It's not very hard from what I recall though. It's fairly simple to make it happen. I get the impression that's probably like part of how people start making viruses though, not the exact same, but like probably similar to how they're developed. I don't think I'd want anything to do with that though. Feels like people who make viruses are just doing it to watch other people suffer through their fucking virus. Wait a second, did I forget to add any of these guys? I don't think I did. No, I think I'm okay. I was gonna say I don't remember, but I don't recall at any point forgetting to add Applin to the counter, so we should be good. Had a little bit of a scare there, not remembering. It's been a while. Oh, this hunt is so slow. It feels like it's taking forever. Great. Well, at the current rate, assuming we get most of these eggs hatched, then we'll probably end up seeing the 3,000 mark today. Don't really like that a whole lot. Okay, that's probably enough of the tingle music, at least out of this game particularly. Do some more Super Mario RPG music. I played some of it yesterday, but I want to play it again since good tracks, honestly. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's the one I wanted. Hopefully I can find the other tracks this time. Oh, there we go. They're actually visible. I was having that problem yesterday. I had to look for a bunch of them, but I already see one of the boss themes in the sidebar. Let's see. Only thing that's weird to me is, okay, wait. No, never mind. That seems like it's something different because, well, I can't tell. The track I'm thinking of has like multiple different names that it goes by, or at least I think it does. I'm not certain actually. Never mind, I found it, but that's a 10-minute version. Shit. Maybe I am gonna have to look that one up. Alright, whatever. As long as I can get steady supply of music that I'm looking for. I believe that puts us at another 50. Let me see in just a second. Yeah, okay, we're at 50 more, so that means we got another bit to add now, thankfully. It's gonna take a little bit. Ugh, my hand does not feel amazing right now. That's okay, though. I can shrug it off. It's not really that bad. There we go. Alright, so let's check our eggs before we go straight to the Pokemon Center. Huh. Did I? Oh yeah, I guess I just put these guys in. Weird part is I didn't even remember switching them this time. So, you know, I'm getting, like, tired of this hunt and, like, maybe a little bit tired in general. But I'm forgetting steps. This isn't what I meant to do, but I mean, you know what? We're, like, a few feet from the Hammerlock Pokemon Center, so might as well just go inside. Alright, more Mario RPG music. Does this hunt ever end? Feels like it's continued and continued and continued. I just wanted to see an end to it finally, but I can't get any fucking break from this game. Just thinking right now on what all has been going on recently, or if anything like big is going on that I forgot about. Really, there's nothing that immediately jumps to mind. I remember watching a really weird YouTube video earlier today, not like the most weird, but still bizarre. It was some video about the family that had adopted a dog, only the twist is like after they raised it like 2 years, they realized it wasn't even a dog at all. It was actually a bear that like had some similar looking features to a dog as like a cub. They didn't realize they had adopted it, like they adopted the bear. Although what I found odd, maybe just because of the like country it was in, like it was a Chinese family and they fed it like fruit and like noodles, it said. So I don't know anybody who would feed a dog that kind of stuff. And quite frankly, that's where the funny part of the story is, because I don't know, I guess some people try to feed their dog like vegetarian stuff, but like honestly, I don't know anybody who normally does that. Like, plus it makes a lot of sense to feed a bear fruit, so I have to wonder if that's a true story or just like a thing they made up and like spin from like it actually being weird, because it did say it was like a bear they ended up getting from like an area where somebody was selling a bunch of puppies, so obviously it sounds like they could have like bought it from like somebody who thought it was a dog. That's what it sounds like the actual scenario was. I think after like enough time it got like moved to a zoo or something. It was really not the best story in the world. Like, it sounds like, at least if everybody in the story didn't know what was going on, that it was like a really, really misfortunate situation, since they didn't even realize what they'd bought. And then, obviously, well, nothing happened to them, like, I don't know how I feel for the bear, but like I could totally understand them trying to get rid of it, being afraid it might kill them. Like bears are not that predictable, and even raising one from a cub, I mean, I don't think I could safely say, even after you'd raised it, that its instincts wouldn't kick in and potentially see you as a meal at some point. So I completely understand what was going on there. It's kind of a really messed up story to think about. Like, not terribly, terribly bad, but like, I almost feel bad for the bear, considering it probably felt like it got disowned by its family, since it didn't really sound like it did anything. But yeah, if it actually had hurt somebody, it would have been far worse. It's still kind of weird to think, though. Like, I didn't even know about that. It's fascinating to me how, like, there's apparently bears that look that close enough that you could actually mistake it for a dog in the first place. Apparently it was an Asiatic black bear, if I said that right. I don't really know if there's anything like notable about the species aside from the obvious part of it originating in Asia from the sound of things. Yeah, I don't know what they would have done with it. I didn't get to see the whole video. I said I think I was watching it on my phone, and I couldn't tell if it ended it on like my phone just glitching out, or if the video ended itself like really early, since I like saw it end like near 6 minutes, but I could have sworn it was like a 15-minute video. Like my phone glitched up, and I wasn't really interested in like reloading it enough that I wanted to reload it before I got ready to stream any, so ended up not bothering to like watch all of it. So I may have like missed out on some details depending. I'd have to like go back and like check the video at some point. Ugh. But yeah, it's not exactly an easy scenario, and considering I'd lived with the family, yeah, I couldn't see it surviving in the wild as well as an ordinary bear. It's probably too used to being fed, so probably isn't naturally aggressive. That said, if it had gotten aggressive at any point, that family may have had some tragedy, so I guess all you really could do for it is put it in a zoo. I mean, at least in a zoo, it'll be taken care of and fed, even if it's not happy. It's better than the alternative of it dying. Let's see, I think I already played both the boss themes in this, so let's play a different song. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, man. It's crazy. I played so many like SNES games back in the day. Not so much the chance to play like a lot of NES games, but like played a lot of good games, and even still, I feel like watching like any video and like checking like through a lot of like stuff like Wikipedia, like I can tell there's a lot of really, excuse me, really interesting stuff that I missed out on the SNES still. Like, there were so many games back then, the NES and SNES days, and there's still people dedicated to making them now. Hell, like, honestly, I wouldn't even be completely shocked if there were, like, people actually working on developing new stuff, considering I've heard people, like not announcing games that are, like, attaching, like, new chip upgrades to the NES and the SNES. At least I think it was the NES. Maybe it's just the SNES that had the upgrades they were using for like more games. But like, I have to wonder if like Star Fox 2 actually opened up like new possibilities for other people to like release more games using like some of the code and like some of the chips it did. Because apparently I think they had like a newer version of the SFX or the FX. Yeah, whatever it's called, FX, maybe it's SFX, I don't remember. They could have had a newer version of that running for Star Fox 2. I don't remember. I'd have to, like, actually double check to see for sure. It's really weird, but also really neat seeing, like, old hardware get upgraded like this. Makes me wonder if there's ever going to be a point where people, like, eventually run into, like, a point where they can't add on anything new and, like, eventually the hardware has reached its limits. Like, it's obviously not going to ever play, like, HD games or, like, play anything, like, really, really powerful compared to modern hardware, but it's still neat to see people pushing the system to its limits and seeing what all can be done with it, with stuff that's released in the future, like stuff that wasn't around before. Duck Shoot? Is that another game, or are you talking about Duck Hunt? Not certain. Duck Hunt's good, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I agree. Duck Hunt is like one of the one games I really, really remember pretty well from that. I remember playing it on NES and really loving it. Okay, I mean, if it's an NES game that I've never heard of, I'm not entirely surprised. It sounds similar to Duck Hunt. Okay, that'll work for another track finding whatever at this point. Oh, alright, I mean, that's fine. I was just wondering, since Duck Hunt is fairly well known, and I wouldn't even be shocked to hear about some game called Duck Shoot, honestly. Yeah, I played Duck Hunt back in the day. I didn't get a lot of time with the NES because my parents sold it at a garage sale. I was still angry with them about that, and they haven't sold any of my stuff since, but, like, that really hurt as a kid because I really liked that game a lot, liked a lot of the games I played on my NES, and then it was just gone. Never really got it replaced either, so yeah, just lost out on a lot of stuff. A lot of memories just thought they were kind of gone after that point. Ugh, oh well. God, there's a lot of stuff I remember back from being a kid, surprisingly. Not like a huge amount, but I can remember like a large amount of my experiences in games. Ugh, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm gonna need that little hour-long break. Although, let me see, how many eggs did I say I had, actually? Might need to look at my eggs here and actually see about how I want to do this. I might actually not bother to go all the way to the 3-hour mark. I mean, next session's going to be me doing practically a good non-stop stream for a while until I get at least all the eggs I've got hatched, and then possibly going quite a bit further. I don't know, I might go for like 3 or 4 hours. I might go longer, I don't know, so maybe stopping earlier and doing an end at 6:30 instead of 7, just to like eat and then see if I can like nap for an hour. Might not be a bad idea, honestly. It's like 2 minutes from 6:30, so I think if I do stop, I'm gonna at least want to tie up on getting as many KOs I need to kill another 50, and then on top of that, hatch any eggs that I've got ready, like, in my party. So there's that. Let's see. Listen to this again. This one was good. Okay, that's still going to be a little bit before I get all that done. That's okay. Okay, what? Why didn't it work when I clicked it? Let's try this again. There we go. God, I really hope we get a new Paper Mario or new Mario and Luigi soon. Hey, Wayne, welcome to stream. Good to see you. Alright, cool. Good to see you're back. Yeah, Hunt's not going amazingly. It's going alright, though. had to sleep for 2 days and not reading all day. Whole thing to beat the game. I mean, I don't know if you need a level 100 game to beat the game, but I mean, it's do what you want to do to finish up. Not gonna complain. If that works for you, that works for you. I don't really think I'm gonna bother. I would be absolutely fine with doing that, but I don't think I want to go that far. I just want to do like a level around the same level some of the stuff that is in endgame. So I'm not over leveling any of the shiny items I already have. I'll only have one that I want to use, so yeah. Paper Mario's dead. What? Where did you hear that from? I don't recall anybody ever saying that. If anything, the series that's been claimed to be dead is Mario and Luigi, since Mario and Luigi is actually their dev team is gone now. Alpha Dream. I mean, maybe they bought some of the company out, but I've never heard anybody say anything about Paper Mario being dead before. I still kind of want to have like another sequel to Mario RPG, like a proper sequel one day, or if not, like even just a remake would be cool. A really good game. Seeing it get some more love would be nice. I mean, it's great seeing it get re-released, but I would love to see its legacy continue through either a remake or a new sequel. Yeah, I think everybody can kind of agree there. Paper Mario, as of lately, has been given the shaft pretty hard, honestly. I wish I didn't have to say that, but I mean, just the way it is. Especially with Sticker Star and Color Splash, those games were bleh, and not very good. Let's see. We'll do another thing entirely after this one, since, I mean, definitely played a lot of Mario RPG music and played a lot from the same series. Might as well switch up to another series next. I could listen to this music all day. One of my favorite SNES games, so I mean, not hard to. It's probably my, actually, it definitely is my favorite Mario RPG. The characters are great, the story is great, the music is great, all of it flows well. Extremely memorable game. Really love it. I don't even know what to fucking make of that comment. I'm not really sure what I just read. Not gonna really acknowledge it, I think, besides what I've already said. Oh, man. So, how'd your shopping go? I'm guessing pretty good. Not really been a lot I've been doing right now, just like slowly continuing this hunt. It's been very, very not fun, to say the least, though. What? What do you mean? Oh, he's talking about... You're talking about that to this person. Oh, that's lame. If you couldn't find it. I don't know. I can't tell if that message is what I think it is. If it is, then... Well, I don't have a damn thing to do with it, and I don't care. Just because he's in the chat doesn't mean that I would. Frankly, it's his own decision if he does it. I'm not fucking trying to read a message like that. You should obviously probably seriously consider your decision before you do something like that, but like, I don't fucking know. I don't know what to think there. He just kind of came in there and typed that in the chat and left it, and I don't know what that's even supposed to be saying entirely, so I'm not going to dignify it with the response because it's too... It's just... I don't know. His comments have been very weird. Every time he types something in here, it's always really strange and never normal. Not like it's a malicious comment like one of the other people I've had come here start trolling. Like I mentioned the guy who started like screaming shiny hunt, or not shiny hunt, shiny fail. Boy, I got my words mixed up. But yeah, that guy got banned for being very obvious troll, but like, yeah, I don't know how to feel. This guy's showed up in streams and always said strange things. Not necessarily bad though. Strange. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna listen to. I don't know what I want to listen to actually. Fuck. Like I said, I'm doing music requests if you guys want to hear a specific song, so you're more than welcome to like give me a request. Talk all too much. Yeah, I mean, if you mean like you're not like super. No, he's talking about the other person, I think, not you. You're all good. I mean, I can see in general you're probably a little occupied with your game too much, and not too much, but then my words, like I said, I'm like stumbling over them. But yeah, like honestly, yeah, I know that I play a lot of games a lot of the time. I don't like to be super talkative all the time, but I mean, it's just part of streaming to have to be talkative. So yeah. All right, we'll do something from. Let's do some JoJo music again, since I haven't listened to it too much, honestly. There we go. That's good. Took the volume just right. They did a really good job with all the music in JoJo. Okay, so let's see. Eggs, how are you coming along? Come on, I need some sort of progress update. Is it not fucking moved fucking any at all from how much the eggs are hatching? Surely I've been moving enough that they'd be close to it. That's really weird. I've had these in my party probably a good 10 minutes, and I'm sure I've been walking a bit. They feel like they're going a lot slower than the other eggs, though. Okay, now it moved over to the next phase. I guess I was just not as close as I thought. Oh, game-related talking? Yeah. Audio sound distorted, what? Unless you're talking about the music, then I don't know what you mean by distorted. If I stop to listen to the stream audio, then I have to. Well, actually, I couldn't really, because it'll fucking echo because of my microphone. What is this comment? Are you a chicken sandwich? What? What does that mean? Whatever. Oh. Are you talking about the music? Well, I mean, probably just quiet. I'll turn it up a little bit. There. Can you hear it more clearly now? It's kind of difficult to, like, actually know how music sounds, because I'm not really listening to it from you guys' perspective and hearing it from, like, my microphone. I'm hearing it from my computer itself, so I get it at a different volume level, so I don't know how loud to keep it. And I've noticed when I like play back some of this stuff, it doesn't sound perfectly if I don't have it like loud enough. Yeah, I've seen some weird people who say some strange shit in YouTube chat. I mean, if you're talking about like just in general and not even on YouTube, then yeah, that's really weird and kind of creepy sounding. I mean, you hear that in real life, it'd make me wonder if that was maybe somebody making a threat, although, I mean, you could probably tell if it's a threat by the way their tone is. Man, these eggs are not going anywhere fast, huh? They're taking forever. Huh. Well, come to think of it, I need to check again, but I think I had another row of eggs in my box that I haven't actually finished, so I said I would consider stopping a little bit sooner than 7, like I it was actually thinking about, but I don't know if that's going to happen, since it might be better to just like keep pushing, and instead of doing what I was thinking about, maybe just do a 2-hour break instead. I even got 10 eggs that are not hatched in this box. And then there's all these, so yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to be stopping like too soon, but I mean, there's like 20 minutes, and I was planning to stop at 7 so I could eat and then take a break and then come back, like I said. What is it? I mean, I hope it's not something too bad, but I mean, I don't mind listening. I hope the music isn't like way too loud. I've only got it like this because I didn't know if it was hearable, honestly. Oh man. Where'd that come from? Oh, there it is. Trying to figure out where that noise was. This is a slow-ass hunt. We're really getting way too close to my goal. Of, like, not running into 3,000, and that's gonna happen soon. Hold on a second. When did I last update my counter? Never mind, I updated it pretty recently. It looks like some were putting the 2,700 as the next number. I think I'm okay. Outgrowing or getting bored, Nintendo? I don't think you want to play. Yeah, you don't want to play Switch because you can play everything you wanted to. I mean, I don't know. I've had some of these like similar experiences, but I also just noticed a lot of games that don't interest me as much. And honestly, I think it's just that, not so much that I'm outgrowing their games. I just want to play games that I know I'll really like, and obviously, I think we've become less of their target demographic, and they're making games for a whole bunch of different demographics now. I'm still really, really fine with playing Smash and like playing Luigi's Mansion, all sorts of their stuff, so I mean, I feel like I've still got plenty of love for Nintendo stuff, honestly. Let's see. Just looking at music stuff right now. We'll listen to this since, I mean, why not? It's Megalovania, obviously. There we go, it's good. Hold on a second, I thought I lowered this a little more than I did. Why can't I find the rustling grass very easy? Do happen to be not using the zoom enough, though. Okay, there we go. Shit, I had something like right on the tip of my tongue I wanted to talk about, and I forgot what the fuck it was, actually. Why is it so difficult to remember some of this shit? Well, whatever. I don't think it was anything, like, super important. I think it was actually something like Undertale or Smash related to the song I'm playing right now. But, whatever. Hi there, Stephen Frew. If I mispronounced that, my bad. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be streaming Smash for a little while, at least not until this shiny hunt ends. Right now, it's turned into a very, very high priority shiny hunt to just end this madness once and for all. If I don't end up getting the shiny tonight, well, I can tell you one thing, and that's that the rest of the night might end up being me fucking sitting there and releasing all these newly hatched Applin so I can, like, start stocking up all over again. At this point, I don't know what my fastest strategy is anymore. Seems like all I can really do is to do both types of shiny hunting at the same time and just pray for something to work out. This shiny hunt should have, like, easily been over a long time ago, and yet it's still ongoing. Yeah, I'm gonna actually turn this down a little more. Like I said, if it's not loud enough, then let me know. I can't really judge perfectly, though, since I'm only able to hear it from my own perspective and not how you guys are hearing it right now with the microphone. Come on, please. Still nothing. Huh, really. At this rate, it's just been failure and failure and more failure. So, okay, I'm just checking on the time, and just for the record, my stopping point for like at least a little bit was like actually going to 7 o'clock, so we got about 15 minutes left. There's a grass vine, same thing. Yeah, I don't know why. That might actually be something related to it. If it's actually spawning like the same kind of spawns from like memory, that's pretty damn bad. I mean, that could possibly explain the lack of it. Seeing people like get theirs at like 3,000 something and 9,000, so I don't know how much longer it's going to take. I hope it's right around the corner. We're not going to get it faster than 3,000 at this point. I'm aware of that, but like, at least maybe we can get it by then. I just hope so. I mean, I guess there's the possibility that a hatch could stop it from taking that long, or maybe one of the encounters might show up, the shiny, but it's looking extremely unlikely. Alright, there we go, more eggs. Right, let's check our moves before I forget. I keep hitting the X button too fast. Shit. Tired and, like, not thinking that through. Okay, our totals are still quite a bit before I run Trevenant's moves down to 0 again. Ugh, it'd be a lot less painful if this was, like, could be sped up at any rate. Like, getting rid of, like, a lot of the Pokemon that get in the way, and also not needing to read the ability text. Like, there's just a lot of problems that are going on in this hunt, honestly. The fact that I have to, like, every time I bump into a Joltik and have to see its text is like, hey, Joltik, unnerve, and, like, my Pokemon's ability or whatever, it's like, yeah, I don't want to see that. It's like taking, like, an extra 10 or 20 seconds to the encounter. If I didn't have to see that, I could literally already be on my way into bumping into something else, which, obviously, that's not the case. Ugh, oh well. This is why I'm never doing this again for another rare encounter. If I do, it's going to be eggs only. Thank God it's at least got a 30% spawn rate. Hi there, welcome to the stream, and yeah, Happy New Year's. I don't know if I said that earlier to anyone, really. Yeah, Happy New Year's, everybody. I hope you're all doing good. I wish I could say my New Year was off to a good start, even though it's not been. Kind of funny through how all the generations of Pokemon, like, all the games they've made, like, still the easiest way to shiny hunt is, like, in Gen 2, honestly. Maybe in Gen 1, if there's, like, a way to get, like, guaranteed good stats, but I don't know if there is, so, yeah. But Gen 2 has the whole shiny breeding. So if you get a Ditto that's shiny, then yeah, you're pretty much set to keep going after like a ton of Gen 2 Pokemon that way. I mean, 1 in 64 odds is like really damn high. Hell, like looking at all the shiny odds across like every game, I don't think there's a single Pokemon game that gives you shiny odds that low. Just Gen 2. And that was before the fucking shiny charm got introduced. Same with like any of the other stuff that's been introduced for the hunts, like doing catch combos or comboing anything really, like how you kill one of the Pokemon over and over again. Certainly better than the rate in this game, 1 in 512, or in my rate, I believe it's 1 in 682. It's a lot of Pokemon. I've surpassed that already like twofold, maybe more, like it's already doubled, and I think I'm actually past triple that, actually. Actually, no, I know I am, because I remember looking, and quadruple the numbers roughly equates to like 3,000 something. So we're literally not that far off from that. That's not good luck at all. Ugh. I said it before, I'll say it again. This may very well be a cursed shiny hunt here. Nothing is helping with this hunt. I wish I could just do like I do in Let's Go and use a lure, but I mean, whatever. Or if nothing else, I could like somehow isolate the spawns to purely Applin, and yet that's not possible according to the game here, since this is how this is happening. The common species, you seem to at least be able to make it once you get to like 500, like, they'll show up as like the only thing really showing on the overworld. Obviously, that doesn't apply to this Pokemon. Oh, man. Such a grueling shiny hunt. Oh, wow, we're like right about to hit 3 hours, and that's kind of incredible, actually. Not sure if that's a bad thing or a good thing. I'd say probably a bad thing, though, since 3 hours straight with no results isn't good, although most of these are like a minimum of 5 hours, so I don't know. Oh boy. Come to think of it, like, just like prior to the second generation, I had never really gotten any shiny Pokemon that I can remember. The closest I can think of is like one really tragic scenario where I ended up in like a shiny tentacle showing up in, I believe, like Ruby or Sapphire. I'm not actually sure if that was right. It may have been Fire Red or Leaf Green, but I remember running into one and I was forced to kill it because I was out of like proper Pokeballs, and the only thing I had was a Master Ball, and I didn't really want to throw my Master Ball at it because I was hoping I could use it on something else. I was like really, really angry. Actually, it may not have been the Pokeballs that were the problem after all. It may have been. I think I remember like I think I had a level 100 Pokemon in my party, and I couldn't really weaken it. So naturally, the only thing I could do besides Master Balling is kill it, and I didn't want to do that either. Mind you, this isn't the Pokemon I was hunting. It just sprung up out of nowhere. I mean, it sucked a lot, although I did end up getting, like, Tentacruel and Tentacle and Let's Go, so I mean, kind of made up for her by now. Any of you guys got any, like, really noteworthy or, like, memorable shiny hunts, since you guys could Thought you guys might want to share anything. Since I brought that tentacruel thing up, I figured maybe somebody's got something just as interesting like that they might want to talk about. If not, that's fine too. But yeah, I don't think I ever had a shiny before the red Gyarados, and that was a freebie shiny. Ended up having to kill the one shiny I ran into, not out of any want, just because the fact that it was no real feasible way for me to catch it. During the Super Mario Show, the face cam and whatnot, I get kicked. I mean, I don't know how YouTube handles that. I wouldn't really chance it, but I mean, I don't know. Stream. Or should I go on Toxel? Yeah, I could see that. Toxel seems like it wouldn't be a lot of fun to hunt. And honestly, if you're trying to get a specific toxicity, then yeah, good job. Not good job, I mean, good luck, because you got to get your Everstone ready and get the nature that you want so that you get the evolution you want. Sounds like a major pain in the ass, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I might actually be better off, like, doing, like, an actual encounter, or not using the brain's not thinking straight today, blah. Meant to say that I might be better off, like, helping you with the OPS stuff tomorrow. I don't mind helping you, but, like, I really do think once I get done with this part of the stream I talked about taking a break from, that I'm going to want to rest. I might watch a little bit of, like, a show, since I said I was going to watch One Piece. I mean, actually, I don't know if I said that or not, but I mean, I was planning to watch a little bit of it since I've been watching it anyway, and I want to try to sleep a little bit, just like maybe for an hour, take that 2-hour break to give myself some time to, like, rest up, and then be back at it by 9 or 9:30 at worst, and spend another 3 to 4 hours minimum on the hunt. Even if it does mean I'll go out a little bit later than usual. That way I can keep it moving. Also, yeah, seeing a shiny Machoke and killing it must have been kind of awful feeling. I don't think I've ever killed one outside of the Tentacruel I mentioned, although I'm 99% certain that at least at one point I've ran from a shiny in Let's Go by mistake, although I wouldn't remember which one or when, and it was not fun. I don't know if it bothers me too much, though. I feel like it's worse when you see a shiny and Let's Go run from you, because the capture rate is so fucking garbage, so you have to, like, keep tossing Pokeballs and, like, spamming the raspberries. Even then, some species are quick to run and don't give you a lot of time to react, so it's all luck-based. 3 days and never got one. Yeah, that's got to be really heartbreaking. I can see that. I understand. I got a Machop from, like, hunting it for a while and Let's Go, but yeah, that's a not so easy thing to get. Still have to get 2 more of those guys since I'm doing a living dex, though, which means Machoke and Machamp. My living dex is getting pretty close, too, so I'm not going to be hesitating to stream it in the future, although, honestly, the biggest problem I think I'm going to have is that Joy-Con drift is still an issue that could get in my way, which I hope we don't have to deal with that too much. But I mean, I don't know. I have some other controllers that I've been using for the fossils and using for the Lowland trades. The only problem is, it was before I found, like, an exact specific method to get the turbo button held in so that it would keep going, so now there's, like, tape residue on the controller. I haven't figured out how to, like, get rid of it. I think the best way to handle it is to probably go and actually just take, like, some rubbing alcohol and then clean it that way, since I don't know of any other method. Like, after a while, I figured out that my best method for trying to get the button held down was sitting there with the clip chip. Then after you had the turbo button turned on, slide the chip over the A button and let it do all its work for you. That way, it'll hold the A button down pretty well and keep it mashed. It works for this too if you need to like do anything that actually keeps the A button in use. So yeah, we shot for Christmas. I mean, I can play it. I probably will be more than likely to play it on stream, so I'll probably do some multiplayer sessions too, so I'm not going to make any guaranteed promises because I don't know how that's going to pan out, but I mean, there's a very likely chance I will. I just don't know how things are going to turn out. I've got a lot of games I want to play, honestly. I got a lot to do in terms of, like, beating games. Probably, I'm not really sure. I mean, there's not really anything else coming out in 2020 so far that's, like, super interesting to me. I'm even thinking I'm going to likely wait on Doom Eternal, so I don't know how that's going to go, honestly. Speaking of which, it's kind of annoying how they had it, like, set to release on the same day for every console, and then once they delayed it, they not only delayed it, but said the Switch version was going to get another date. Like, they couldn't get the release date to be on the Switch, like, the same day as the other platforms, even though they were going to originally? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Especially the fact they had to delay it getting Doom 64, like, that's even weirder. But I mean, whatever. I wonder if Doom 64 is like you buy it even if it is delayed and you still get it off the eShop, so if that's the case, I might still like consider buying it at 60, I don't know. Hi there, Pikazar 100 Central, welcome to the stream. You haven't missed out on too much, just me shiny hunting for a little while. Okay, so eggs. How are is the progress on the eggs? Moves are slowly running down to the point where I'm nearly done with that. Okay, good. They're hatching very, very soon. That's promising. I think what I'm going to do for the moment is I'm going to actually just hatch what's left over in that one box and run out all of my TP that's left here, since that won't take very long, and I do want to take that break. It's over 7 o'clock, so probably going to be like 2.5 hours of a break. I'm not certain. I'll be able to tell you guys when I get done, because it'll be based on what time it is, probably. Oh, man. Actually, I didn't even think about it, but now would be a good time to eat something that I can actually cook and wait on. Since I'm going to be taking like 2 hours, I can actually let my food stay in the oven and actually cook. If I was doing a longer break, or in a shorter break, I wouldn't have the opportunity, because I'd have to get back into the stream, and I don't really want a chance waiting around the oven and like having a bad scenario. Always try to keep it where I can pay attention to it. It seems like that's a good idea, actually. I've got something good I can cook. Now I'm getting hungry, actually. Shit. Oh well, whatever. Hope today's been going better, like, and it's a better start for the new year than it's been for me, honestly, for the rest of you. Fuck. God, I love listening to these Smash remixes. It actually disappoints me how there were so few of them in Smash 4. I didn't really like Smash 4 a lot in general, but, like, that made it even more disappointing, and the few remixes I remember them doing weren't exactly great either. Okay, one more song. I think by the time I play another song, then that'll be the last one we put on before I take the break, since, I mean, I'm, like, actually really close to getting done with this part. I won't even finish, but I'll let it play as long as it can. Got like 4 encounters left before this ends up causing all these to get knocked out and get another 50 added. Turn this up a little bit. I don't know if it's very loud, like, not that it's hearable. There we go. Sorry, Dave. And we'll have raids on the second switch. Yeah, I know what you mean there. Doom Eternal does look pretty good, I won't lie, but, like, yeah, I'm not exactly really interested when there's, like, a bunch of other games coming out and, like, they kind of screwed themselves a little bit by delaying it. I mean, I don't know if they tried to avoid Pokemon or what, but I feel like they put themselves into an even bigger month, more competition. It's kind of made it to the point where, yeah, I'd rather just wait until it's on sale or something. I might get the Switch version. I don't know, to be honest. I might not. I don't know if my computer will handle Doom Eternal, but it might be able to. If they give a demo, then, I mean, I can always find out. I'm less inclined to get it on PC, though, after hearing the snap map for, like, custom levels is gone, since that was, like, the big reason I wanted to get Doom 2016 on PC, was to play user-made levels and see what kind of cool stuff is out there. Speaking of which, like, when PS5 comes out, that'll be a fun day to, like, stream it if I can actually sit down and get everything ready on day one. So I'm going to download Dreams and that. I'm sure that's going to be fun. Although I don't know if Dreams is still going to be free or not. If it's actually paid by that point, I could still buy it. I don't mind, but kind of counting on it to be free. Really want to play it and see what I've been missing out on, to be honest, because it looks pretty good. Okay, I'm pretty sure I didn't even reach the exclamation point, because I saw that Joltik there. Great, now the game's slowing me down on these encounters when I was ready to, like, stop. Where's this at? God damn, why did I never get to see where they're at very easily? Also, if I didn't, like, thank anybody for, like, subscribing, my bad. Like, my notifications are not popping up the way they're supposed to on here, so I have to, like, reload to see them sometimes. But thank you to everyone who has subbed. Really mean that, honestly. Alright, I think that hit 0. I'm going to have to double check it, but yeah, that should be 50 more. Yeah, okay, we're at another 50. Alright, here we go. 2750. Another 50 encounters and it'll be at 2800. That's not a great thought. I mean, we're like a little over 60 eggs from adding another 300 anyway. Right, let's just go ahead and fly over to the Pokemon Center. That way, we'll just do our hatching while we're sitting there. It won't take very long to get the 10-ish remaining ones. Actually, I say 10, that's not right. Yeah, we got like 12, I think, actually. 4 in my party. Another 8 waiting around the box. But just doing them on bike will take like no time to hatch them, honestly. Alright, here we go. Let's just hatch these eggs. It'll take like barely anything to make it happen. Feels like I should have hatched more than like this, though. We've like probably hatched like maybe 40 eggs throughout all this time. It feels like I should have at least got to 50 by this point. But whatever. Oh man, it'd be crazy if like one of these 12 actually ended up having a shiny in it. I know it's not gonna likely happen, but like that would be a fucking crazy and awesome way to see this end, actually. Don't know if the chat's like slow or it's messing up any. If it is, my bad. Haven't seen any messages in a while. And my chat has disconnected on me multiple times in the past. Okay, I think this is either the next to last one in this group, or either it's very close. Oh, welcome to the stream, Acid Chameleon, and thank you for that. I appreciate it. Been trying and not having the best luck. Right. Let's swap in the next 4. Oh no, I wasn't have 12. I mean, I didn't have 12. It was 8 total. Okay, I mean, just for this one box. Okay. Hopefully this will hatch with some success, but I don't think it will. We need that shiny, though. We need this stupid hunt to fucking end. It doesn't need to be a month worth of shiny hunting. And yet the game does not agree with me there and will not seem to end this hunt. Alright, I mean, saying thanks for stopping by anyway, but appreciate it nonetheless. Whew, man. This is definitely a fucking slow grind. No denying that. Come on. I don't think it's supposed to take too much to actually trigger the hatching, so I don't know why it's not happening. I was gonna say, actually, yeah, we can put the music back on. I wasn't sure, but, like, no time to put on another song. They'll be short enough, so do this, and we'll have the music back on when we start for a little while, too. Not for super duper long, but, like, maybe the first hour. Okay, there we go. Alright, here goes. I'm after a shiny hunt. I mean, don't really know why I would be hunting after Applin otherwise. Not really a lot of reason to do this without shiny hunting. If you really want IVs and natures, you can always fix those up on your own. Shiny's the only thing that's really necessary. I mean, I guess you could say hidden ability, but you don't have to hunt for hidden ability. They happen to be, like, large majority of the eggs, usually. And I'm just saying, I don't feel like you're really gonna need to hunt for 5 IV unless you just really want to breed more Pokemon. And I mean, the shiny is meant to be the one that I keep and don't happen to get rid of, so I wouldn't really probably try to get more offspring out of it, so I don't see why I should care about the IVs being good or bad. Yeah, there was nothing. Lovely. Alright. I mean, I can double check, but I already know what the answer is, and I know that when I look, it's going to say there's nothing there. Yeah, there's nothing still. I'll go ahead and put the next set of eggs in, I guess, but I'm pretty much gonna take a break from here. Yeah. I've got 2 more boxes, and then also gotta keep going through those wild encounters. So, hold on a second, actually. Yeah, okay, we updated to 2750 like I thought. I was just making sure. We got all these eggs, so... Yeah, okay. Everything's where it needs to be. So let's go back to the wild area, and then I'm going to stop it for right now. Can get ready to take a break. It's going to be until 9:30. I'm already certain of that looking now, so... That gives you guys a good, at least 2 hours, 15 minutes if you want to watch still, to, like, do whatever you feel like before I come back. Obviously, you don't have to watch if you don't want to, but it's appreciated either way. Okay. Right, yeah. Everything seems to be good. Alright, save the game. Alright. Just gonna take down the counter. Whoops. There we go. Alright. Well, it wasn't a lot of fun, but I mean, it was an enjoyable time sitting here hunting for this bit, even. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream for now, anyway. I'll be back in a little bit today, so, I mean, in about 2 hours anyway, so see you all soon. Bye. Thanks for watching.